All right, good evening, folks, fellow aero modelers. I'm Rusty, and this is the Stunthangar video chat where we get together every Monday and Friday night and talk about aero modeling, building, flying, wrecking and repairing, anything else you like to do with tools, whether it's big stuff, little stuff, planes, trains, and automobiles. We'll talk about it, and we'll hang out until about midnight. And I better post the link, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Okay, the link has been posted in the At the Bench thread. The links are in the usual places where At the Bench is the thread that is on the main forum page, but don't go in the open forum, scroll down below that and find the forum that says live streams, and then the link to the show is posted in the first thread there, and it's got the date, today's date in the name. It's always got the date of the show in the name, and I always post it right at showtime. So anyway, we'll be here until about midnight or more. Since it's Friday night, we'll stay until the diehards start face planting on their keyboards, and hopefully we got a good signal. I have had a little bit of problem, well, more than a little bit of problem lately with my audio and video lagging and actually being worse than all of my guests. And so I accidentally talk over people and it's breaking up. I lowered my mic volume. We'll see. Maybe I'm just overdriving my mic or something. I've turned the latency a little bit lower on the YouTube side, but I don't think that's where the problem is. Sometimes you guests over on the video and audio side that are chatting live with us will have troubles. And if you keep getting kicked out of the show or else have problem with your signal breaking up, any kind of problem, try turning your camera off or going to video settings and ask during the show, and I'll tell you how to do that. And turning your video settings to a lower quality, and that'll help. Or turning it completely off will help. And so anyway, we'll keep it family friendly. In other words, don't say anything you wouldn't want to say in front of your child sitting in the family room. That's where my computer is anyway. So we'll get along fine if you do that, and hope everybody enjoys it. So if you are watching from YouTube, which a couple of people I see already are, excuse me, then you can watch the show live or you can watch the reruns. I post the reruns on my own YouTube channel in chronological order from the first one all the way up until the 230 umpteenth one. And so you can, those are easier to find there than they are on Stunthangar. But if you're on the Stunthangar YouTube channel watching live, you've got a text box where you can text chat with us, and I'll try to incorporate what you say into our conversations. And also, there is a block $sign at the bottom of the chat box that's called Super Chat, and you can use that to drop us a little walking around change if you so desire. And we'd appreciate that if you can. And if you can't, certainly understand that. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Everybody's welcome. And that just helps pay for Sparky's server fees, Sparky being the owner of Stunthangar. And this show is brought to you by him. And all of the equipment and time and resources it takes for him to broadcast from all of the events from Huntersville, Brodak, the Nats, everywhere he goes, and in his shop where he builds airplanes. And you can learn to build your own control line stunt ship and occasionally a combat ship. I think he built about 3 Voodoos last summer. So anyway, with all that being said, let's get on with it. This is the no news is good news zone. So we'll try to stick to fun stuff here. In the YouTube side, we got Bob Bishop out there. Bob says, hey back, Bob. And we got QZRC 101, QZ man from Australia. We've seen you in here before. And QZ says he hopes we're all well. And well, some of us are better than others as far as I'm concerned. I'm about as good as I'm going to get under the circumstances, but I feel fine. And so I'd call that a good sign. And I'm sure somebody out there that's watching us and talking to us has got the bad thing. And God bless y'all. I don't know what else to say. Please get better. Most people do. That's the good thing. So, anyway, this will be a respite from having to worry about all that stuff. And Jack Snavely's out there. Hello, Jack. Appreciate you coming in. And oh, he's in Kansas. I told y'all he was from Colorado one night. Jack's in Kansas. So he's says hello again, people in Stuntland and in the hangar or shop, Cold, Kansas. Yeah, that's probably why he's reminded me he's from Kansas. He heard me call him a Coloradan the other night. Sorry about that, Jack. Anyway, QZ, good to have you all the way from Australia. I don't know what time it is there, but it must be Saturday afternoon, probably. I'm guessing 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Um, but while we wait for some video guests, I'll just blabber to you guys. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go over here and do two things. Pardon me while I go over to the YouTube page and pause my preview screen. That is just eating up bandwidth. And what else? I was going to do something else. So yeah, check, make sure my link is posted, and it is. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and close that window. I'm closing everything that might be eating a system resource. And I'm looking at my lip sync here while I'm the only one in, and it looks good so far. We'll just hope. If I get to where my sound and video get so out of sync that I can't really talk in the conversations, I'll just back off and use my little hand wave thing. Let me click on it right now. Okay, let's see. Do y'all see a hand wave thing? I don't know. Maybe it only pops up to the video guest, but I'll pop that up when I want to jump in and talk so everybody knows that I'm talking and not just moving my lips. Saturday. Okay, 12:48 p.m. Saturday. Oh, it's earlier than I thought Saturday. Oh man, you got most of a Saturday in front of you. That's cool. Well, I got more of my Saturday in front of me, but hey, they seem like they're over as fast as they start. Hey, John, this is our first audio video guest. How's it going tonight, buddy?
I've had better.
Yeah, having is it your wife? Is
Yeah, yeah. She passed away Tuesday morning.
Oh, so I'm so sorry, bud.
Thank. I
So sorry.
understand. Thanks. I've come to grips with it. I mean, I have a outlook like I'll see her again.
Yeah, you know, at one time, fairly recently, the docs told you they didn't really think she was on the edge, didn't they? That she was dying. I've got so
No,
many.
no, no. It came truly as a surprise to everybody. They checked her at like quarter after 5 in the morning, and she wasn't asleep. She had trouble sleeping. When she did, she would sit up, kind of put her hands down towards her knees, and kind of slump forward a bit, try to sleep there. I think it made her a little more comfortable.
Yeah,
And they talked with her, and they left. Came back a half hour later, and she passed away. They put the
uh,
crash card on and tried, and finally they finally
is on.
they finally called it at 5:45 in the morning, Tuesday morning. The thing of it is it was April 1st. That was our anniversary.
oh, mercy. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that's well,
So I
poor.
think she had a sense of humor there. If she's going to die, she she died on April Fool's Day. We got married on April Fool's Day, so we wouldn't forget what the date was.
Well, maybe it was her sense of humor. My wife taught me the expression, and it holds true. No matter what happens, hey, you can laugh or you can cry. Take your pick. So
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing was is at about the time she died, I woke up from a deep sleep. I thought it's because I had to go to the bathroom, but I didn't have to go that bad. And anyway, I kind of think she probably came and said goodbye to me.
Oh man.
It's okay, Charles. It's okay.
I have no doubt we're all connected. You know, I've had best friends, one in particular who I, it was the kind of friend where you don't hear from for months at a time. I don't call him, he doesn't call me. I know the phone works both ways, but when the phone rings one day, all of a sudden I know it's him, you know,
Yeah.
and so I'm, you know, I have no doubt that we're connected through the fabric of whatever it is we're a part
Yeah,
of.
I think so. I kind of feel that way myself. It's like we're all we're all children of the same God.
QCRC 101 says we're all in this together, you know, and yeah, we're all made out of the same stuff, and
Yep.
you have my sympathies. I don't know what else to say, but
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I miss her already. I mean, obviously, I'm going to miss her for a long time. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
But I mean, she loved going to Brodak. She just, if I told her we were going to Brodak, even though it was a 4-day drive, you know, to get there, she was ready to go.
Mm.
And she, while I was in there, while I was trying to fly and all that, she was over there. She's buying it t-shirts. She bought 2 of every t-shirt they had going all the way back to the first one. I got lots of Brodak t-shirts,
Oh man.
and she just enjoyed it. She enjoyed the people. She enjoyed the model airplane. She was always there. I couldn't have asked for a better spouse when it came to enjoying my hobby, you know, and
Oh,
supporting me
awesome.
in it.
Wow.
So I know
well,
some guys have
may,
to fight for that, and I never had to.
well,
Oh,
maybe we can be a, like I said in my opening comments, we can be a respite from all of your, not all, but some of your troubles, and so we can
Yeah.
come in here and maybe you can get in a good groove, and we can help you do that.
Well, thank you. The best thing about it is that if you if
whoa.
you keep
I
if
have
you
an
keep
earthquake out here. It's an earthquake out here.
Oh,
oh
really?
Yeah.
Is it over yet?
I don't know. I just felt a couple tremors. Let me
Wow.
go take care of my family. I'll talk to you
okay.
guys.
Okay, yeah, go check.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, one thing.
California. I think San Diego is. I don't know if it's on the
No,
belt or not. It's not really on the fault, is it?
it's not on the San Andreas, but there's so many little
it
faults that run all
oh
around
yeah,
that, and you know, if it's on the San Andreas, then you'll hear on the news that there was probably some pretty decent, or
yeah.
should be decent.
Aftershocks and extensions. They I mean, yeah, sound and motion travels a long way through the hard rock of the crust of the earth, and it's pretty cracked up in that area. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
my
what's
mom and
going
dad
on?
said the first time they were in California, and I'm not sure if they were in San Diego at the time or they were in San Francisco, but they had an earthquake in the middle of the night. And my dad's like, Liz, what the hell are you doing? He thought, he thought she was bouncing in the bed and stuff. He's like, I ain't doing nothing. And then they said,
Hey, sorry.
you know,
Hey, Al. I was just going to say, hey, Al. Keep going, Steve.
they said that by the time they figured out what the hell had happened, my mom was all scared. It was all over. But they talked to people. And they said, "Oh, that wasn't an earthquake. That was just a little tremor."
Well, yeah, it's like we had an earthquake here last week. Not where I'm at. You could barely feel it here, but up in the Salt Lake area, they had an earthquake. It was actually closer to where my buddy Gordon lives, if I got my directions right. But they still have an aftershocks from it. That happens a lot. So it takes a week to a month for it to calm down. But
Okay.
it was only, I think the worst one was about a 6 point something on the Richter scale, but the aftershocks were like 3 point something, which,
Yeah.
you know, that's not bad. I've gone through a lot worse when I lived in California.
When I was in junior high school, one of the guys in my science classes, dad obviously built, I think he was a geologist, he built a seismometer for the science project, and that thing was so sensitive, and it had I guess a magnetic, a pair of magnets that move the arm that marks the paper, and somebody in the back of the class sneezed and it went clack clack clack, and
Yeah.
that's how sensitive that thing was.
Oh yeah.
And,
Well, it'll read a truck going by on the road. You know.
yeah, yeah. Hey Al, how you doing tonight, bud?
Good. I'm just waking up this old laptop and the 8x8 format, so it's a little different for me. I'm coming through okay?
Oh
You're
yeah.
coming through
Oh, good.
excellent, yeah. And that reminds me, I need to ask my perpetual question: how do I sound to you guys tonight? Am I lip synced or not?
Looks
Yeah.
good.
Looks pretty good tonight.
We'll see how it does when everybody fills up. I have spent hours trying to log in different ways, um, try different settings, and I have come up. I'm back at square one now. I don't know what to do to improve our problem. On the forums, nobody else seems to be screaming about this problem. Everybody seems to be having, I mean, people have other problems, but the ones that do have this are few and far between. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Me being the host, I seem like I'm worse than everybody else about it. But I turned my microphone down.
Maybe it zaps more of your power because anymore it says poor connection. And I mean, usually you always had a good connection.
Yeah, I've got a red signal bar right now, and it says poor.
Yeah,
poor.
That's why I don't understand. I don't know what mine is.
Yeah,
right.
Mike, you got to be on your phone, Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike.
What's up?
Not much. We're just getting in the groove.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how to put my name in here. So.
Oh yeah, that's at the top of the stack when you click on the three dots, all the way up where it says profile.
Well, see, I'm on my phone, so it's different.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it asked me before I even logged in. You know, put my name in.
Oh, okay.
Hey, David Phelps, known as Dave P on Cox Engine forums. That's our Raleigh Durham connection. How you doing, Dave?
Al, what was the name of that band your daughter played in? I thought it was Stone Ponies.
That's where she played at. That's the name of the.
Oh, okay. Because
the venue.
when I asked you today, it's like Stone Ponies. That was Linda Ronstadt's first band, you know, and I seen that. And I'm like, damn.
No, she played. The Stone Pony is a venue. That's where.
Oh, okay.
Springsteen and Bon Jovi played.
Oh, okay.
And then she played there a few times, and she played the same night that Boy George was there. You know, recently, but
hey, Gary.
That's all at a standstill, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, just when she got stuff really going, it seemed like it was really going.
Yeah, no, she had something, excuse me, really good lined up, and you know, it's just fell apart.
Yeah, I think maybe tomorrow I'll subscribe to her thing. I was watching the lipstick deal, and I try to put a like in. They want me to subscribe, and it's like, I don't know if I want to get a bunch of makeup stuff, but I figure I will just to help out and get the subscriptions up for it.
I don't think you'll get it. If you subscribe to her, you'll just get a notification when she's on. That's all on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll help her out. Hey, everybody on there, try to get on there and then subscribe to his daughter's YouTube channel and give her a hand up.
Okay. I might have already. Is this a new channel or is it one she's had for a while?
It's their excuse me, same YouTube channel.
Okay,
You know,
I'll check. I might have already subscribed.
yeah, I got a little cough yet, lingering. I've been fighting the bug for the past 3 weeks. You know, so
Did you get the one bug, or is it just a different bug?
I think I don't think I have the one that's going around. I never had a temperature, but you know, I think it's like an allergy or like flu type. Like I had a bad earache, and then in my sinuses, and then went into my throat.
Well,
But
it's pollen
never had a
season.
fever.
It's pollen season. That's probably not helping. I don't know how far behind us you are, but everything's yellow here.
Yeah, well, that's how it is here. Everything is finally blooming, but it was getting ready to like the past couple of weeks. But when I talk a lot, it makes me cough. You know, so you have to excuse me. But
Yeah, my live oak tree.
I feel
My live
the
oak
best
trees
I've
are
been
not.
in 3 weeks.
How now? Your son, did he get it for sure, or
Excuse me. I mean, he didn't get tested, but he had a high fever, and he was you know, out for 2 days. You know, he didn't get out of bed for 24 hours. You know, he was sick, really bad. But he doesn't live with me. He lives in D.C. So what happened to him was a guy in work came back from Egypt and was sick. And then 3 days later, took my son and 3 other guys out. And then they were all real sick. And then they got over it. Now he's 100% cured and back to work. But then the guy that was sick got tested, but he got tested 2 weeks after he was better. So, you know, he didn't have it. So,
okay?
you know, so anyway. So everybody around here is in a panic. We're going to work and, you know, stuff like that.
Did they close your shop down, or?
No, I'm still open.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it sure is.
Hey, I got a question. I got them parts from Keystone for Samantha's car. They wouldn't let you do it because he said all these places are private. They're
okay.
So different things. So they wouldn't let me do it, but they still sold me the parts.
Okay.
But this cover, it says pre-primered.
Okay.
Should I still scuff it and re-primer it again?
No. You just, I mean, you know, you just scuff it, and you can shoot right over it.
Oh, okay. I didn't, because I got on YouTube and some of them said, "Oh, some of these that primer ain't any good. Scuff it, reshoot it with primer," and you know.
I mean, sometimes we scuff it and seal it. You know, put a sealer on, but if you're doing it in your garage, you know, don't even bother.
Oh, okay.
You know, or what we do is we scuff it and we put on something that's called like 222. It's 3M. I mean, it's a DuPont adhesion promoter.
Okay.
And it's clear like water. So we spray a coat of that on there, and then let it set up, and then put your paint on.
Oh, okay.
But you know, don't put your paint on really, really wet, like really laid on wet, because Keystone primer or all that aftermarket primer tends to lift.
Oh, okay.
So just, you know, put it on medium and, you know, let it, you know, tack up good and put your next coat on.
All right. Yeah, everything here shut down because I'm just a damn day late and dollar short. I mean, I finally got everything, and it took 3 tries to get the right bumper. I didn't realize on a 2003 Subaru had 3 different bumpers.
Yeah.
And back then, everything was a legacy. There was an Outback Legacy, a Legacy GT, and a Legacy station wagon. Well, come to find out, her her bumper is the GT bumper.
Okay.
Because she had the L something or other, and it's like, oh my God. But yeah, they get a bumper, comes in, I'm like, that ain't the right one.
And
Order another one.
the new Mercedes have like 4 or 5 different bumpers for the same car. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there was nothing, the guy was, he was just beside himself. He goes, I don't know how to find out the right one. I guess I'll just order all of them
Mhm.
and send the other one back,
Yeah, so did he treat you right? Did he give you jobber pricing?
He gave me, I think, 10% off or 20%.
Yeah.
He let me see that I had to pay $50 more than what jobber price was.
Okay.
But I didn't have to pay any shipping or anything. So
Right.
he got me for 175 or 170 something for the bumper cover. And maybe it was 172 because it was like $122.
Mm-hmm.
Hey
other-
guys, we got a couple of airplane oriented windows open up. So
Okay. Yeah.
wrap it up. Let's see what they brung to the party.
Okay.
Got Mike and Greg Rodney. What's up, dudes?
Not a whole lot. I got a project I need some brain power with.
Oh, well, you came to the wrong place.
That's why I'm here. I'm putting
And how are you
together
doing, Gary? How are you doing tonight, Gary?
Pretty good.
Was that a Strega?
yeah, and I'm doing it for a friend of mine, and he bought a motor. I don't know if you can see this up in there. He had it all powder coated, beautiful. The damn motor don't fit. I'd have to grind the 16th off the lugs and chisel away 1/8 of an inch of the motor mounts just to get the damn thing in there. What do you got? What did they used to run in those Stregas? This is an OS 60.
Charles is our Strega man. He stepped out when the earthquake hit a few minutes ago.
Basically, anything that we call 60 in control line is a 40 size case.
I've got an Avistar 46 that goes in there nice, but he doesn't like it because it's a Chinese motor. So I told him I'd come in here and see what if anybody else is running one of these Stregas and what kind of motors they got in them.
A PA will fit in it. A
Stalker 81
Stalker 81. A
or
Jet.
79.
But they're all based on a 40 size case. That if he wants to go OS, he'd have to go with that OS
46.
or
Yeah,
46 VFR or something like that.
Yeah.
there's several 46s. I had an FX that was a badass engine. It flew my Magnum like it was nothing. No brake, straight 2-stroke.
All right.
Yeah, he could,
It was it was a ball bearing engine, so it was heavy.
he probably, if he wanted to order an American made motor, then it'd have to be Jet.
Oh, those damn things are about $500.
Yeah, and is
Yeah.
that a Stalker? I mean, that's a great motor, but that's Russian. If he won't do Chinese, he probably won't do Russian.
I'll have to talk to him a little more.
I don't know. There was a guy selling the Rojets, right? What's his name on Stunthangar? What's the guy's name?
Rich Oliver?
No. He flies. He's a judge. Who's on the classifieds.
Oh, he's got some for sale right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's selling them for somebody. I think they were $350 each.
I'll have to go dig around in there and let them know.
I got a quick earthquake report. It was Bob Bishop says it was 4.9, 11 miles from Anza, which is north of San Diego, where Charles was when it happened. And he's gone off to check his family and hadn't come back yet. So he was in here with us when it happened. That was a public service announcement sponsored by Stunthangar. Y'all may carry on.
I don't know. Is 4.9? That's not that that bad, is it? What, it's got to get from
No.
or something where it
It's I
really,
think it's a logarithmic. Is it not a logarithmic scale?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Steve, who's the guy that had the camper that had the barbecue at Brodak?
me?
Oh yeah.
I always had the cookout there at.
Last year he had the
Oh
cook.
no! At Brodak.
Mike's telling us
Brodak.
something. Hang on, Mike's telling us something, but you can hardly hear him. Say it again.
Alan Buck.
That's
Oh.
it. Yeah, he correct. Yes.
Yes, and the guy he's selling them for, he's got some ripping deals on him for sure. And I just saw just last week a Rojet 76 with a header with a pipe sold on eBay for $350.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody bid. There
Wow.
was only one bid on. There was one bid. The guy had an asking price of $350. One guy bid on it. Motor, header, pipe, and a prop, and a carbon fiber prop. Somebody
Damn.
stole that thing. Yeah,
That's a great deal.
yeah, it is.
That's what you're looking for.
So decent 46 will pull this around okay.
I doubt it.
Super Tiger.
I didn't say do the pattern. I said pull it around.
If you want to fly straight and level, they'll probably do that.
What kind of
That OS 46 pipe motor will handle it just fine.
the VF will pull it.
VF will do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
You could put a reworked Randy Smith Super Tiger G51 or one of his Magnum 52s. I see a
I was
lot of
just
guys
going to say that,
the Magnum 52 from Randy Smith. That'll do it.
but
All right.
yeah, but I have a 46 VF and an 85 ounce Buccaneer, and I could do the pattern with it.
Yeah,
No
that
problem.
would-
Jeff
Because-
Rowley suggests the Avistar 61 will fit right in, and it's probably a good choice. But the
The guy-
bolt pattern fit.
The guy doesn't want a Chinese motor.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's put it this way. He doesn't want a Chinese motor right now. I think when he starts seeing the price tags on some of this other stuff,
Well,
that Avistar that I have, I think it's a great motor. It's like any motor. If you take the time to break them in, they're all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got to
Grant
spend time with them.
well, if he goes for a pipe, the pipe's going to be another $100.
Brent Williams points out that the Strega is a Chinese ARF, so
Yeah.
Chinese wouldn't be you know.
Hey, can I talk to Greg here for just a second?
Yeah.
Greg Rodney,
Yeah.
nice to see you in person. We're friends on Facebook. I
Yeah.
go through the control line stuff, so nice to finally see you face to face there. I like your posts. I like your the stuff you put up on control line flying. So good to we're not meeting in person, but I can see you face to face here. Anyway,
I was hoping to meet most of you guys at Brodex this year, but I guess that ain't going to happen either.
no, well, that just means everybody can go to the Nats.
I'm wondering if
Yeah,
they're even going to hold that.
Yeah, I doubt that happens.
They're gonna make a decision on June 10th. They will announce whether the Nats is going to be held or not. We still got over 2 months to wait and see what AMA decides, but they won't make a decision till June 10th. That came out yesterday, I think, yesterday or this morning.
They already called the World Championships.
Well, they called the Free Flight World Championships. Did they call the F2B, the control
Yeah,
line
they
as well?
said. Yeah, they said everything
Yeah.
now.
Okay, they said everything. Okay.
But yeah, they were saying too at the Nats, if you don't have a room already, the rooms are up to like $200 a night.
Yeah, I booked mine back in December, and I think what am I paying? $105 a night at the Best Western. So, still $700 for the week, for the whole week.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the Iron Man there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the triathlon.
Yeah.
Well, that's like every other year. The triathlon falls on the same weekend as the national for us for control line. so they're booked up.
Yeah, that'll be canceled though, I think. I mean, that really
But,
packs.
you know, you can still get a room in Anderson. Like, you can still get a room in Anderson for like $75, which is only a 20-minute drive. You know.
Yeah, it's like 5 minutes longer than coming from Muncie. Sometimes it's fast.
Anderson?
Yeah,
No, Anderson's 25 minutes. It's because it's 25 miles
right.
from
But what I'm
Anderson.
saying is,
Yeah,
it's further, but sometimes coming in out of Muncie, the traffic is so damn bad, it takes you about the same amount of time. You just burn more gas in Anderson.
oh, time wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed in Anderson one year, but we didn't. We like to go home or we like to go back to the hotel in the middle of the day, take a swim, relax a little bit, and it was just too far to drive to Anderson back to do that. So I'd rather stay right in Muncie and be able to go hit the roof. Like, you know, we like to go back at like 2 o'clock, get some lunch, take a swim, relax in the air conditioning, and then go back out for the evening flying. And Anderson's just a little too far to take a break and do that for us.
Yeah, usually for the FCM, I always stay in Anderson. But that's because we take the dog, we stay at the Red Roof Inn, and you walk right in off the pad, right off from where you park, and you don't got to go through the building or anything like that. So it makes it a little nicer.
Joe Null's canceled.
Yep. Joe Null's
Yep.
canceled.
Yeah, I got an email about that today.
That's like Samantha said today. She had the day off because we were going to Toledo, and they canceled that. Then she took her last 4 days to go to Brodak, and they canceled that. And she's like, now I got this vacation time, you know, and can't go no place. But
Detroit's still not canceled, Steve. Paul Smith and Colombo, they're like, screw it. We're having it. Third weekend in May at Rouge Park. They're flying combat, and they don't care whether they get, even if AMA cancels their sanction, they're still having a contest in Detroit. So,
well, let's hope that here now is a $1,500 fine if you're caught at a park or anything like that. You can only go to grocery stores, banks, gas stations, and the post office. There's like 4 places you can go. But yeah, they raised it from $500 to $1,500 yesterday.
Wow.
well, yeah, but this is still 6 weeks away, Steve. This is it's 6 weeks till it happens. And we are talking about Detroit at Rouge Park, which there ain't no cops in Detroit that are going to be giving people tickets at a model airplane contest. They got bigger fish to fry there in that city than worrying about 15 guys getting together flying airplanes. But it's still a month and a half away anyway. So,
Yeah,
I don't
know if there's gates or anything like that, but all the parks around here, all the gates are shut. They're locked.
Yeah. Well, you guys saw my Facebook live stream. They locked our gate.
I did. Yeah.
And that's what Charles said today. He went flying. The cops came and said, nope. As of today, all the parts are locked. You got to move your car. And he had to leave. He didn't get a chance to fly.
All they're doing around here so far is running around with a megaphone. If they see anybody gathering together, they kind of yell at them to get, move apart 6 feet. So far, it's not too bad here.
Both of our RC fields are still open, and we can fly control line at both of them. So we're good.
There's a couple RC fields here that they let us fly from time to time, but right now they're all mud. We had so much rain, so it's
yes,
we're not able to.
Yesterday, I went up to the gas station, and on the way there, 3 police cars, 2 state police and 1 county cop was there. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of people there. We found out yesterday that 40 new cases in our town. We only got 3,600 people here. So they're shutting down everything in our town just because of the 40 cases in one day. We went from 0 to 40.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really, they're really everything down here.
Al, did you get that fox I sent you?
What's that?
Al Ferraro, did you get that fox I sent you?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got let me see. I think the bearings are done in it, but then Dave, what's his name? Gardner said he's going to make piston and liners, so I ordered, from him the piston and liner, and I'm going to, put a set of bearings in it and bring it back to life.
Was that the problem, that when it hit, did it screw the bearings up when Sam crashed it? Is that
Yeah.
what the was? Okay.
The front bearing was the front bearing sets the crank distance on a double ball bearing engine with a collet.
Yeah.
So that sets the depth of the crank. So when he crashed it, it hurt the bearing and pushed the crank back. But it's all all the parts are good. It's savable. So
yeah, that it was still pretty snappy compression wise. That had a good piston and liner. Because I bought that. I got that at the hobby shop in the bargain bin. I think I paid $10 for it, and it wasn't run when I bought it.
What was it?
It was
Mike?
It was new, but just old from sitting around. It was a Fox Combat Special.
Mark III.
Oh, the Mark III. Okay.
Yeah.
And we put it on an old slow combat plane, and that's the one. That's the motor he learned to do figure eights and fly inverted on at Brodax like 3 years ago. So it was a $10. I'm not interested in. Wasn't interested in fixing it, but I knew you were a Fox guy, so if you can use it, have at it, man.
Yeah, we'll bring it back to life. I mean, we used to race them in our event called Warbird, and guys actually in combat, guys like the Mark III, better than the Mark VI. That's all before the Nelson came out, because they like the Mark III is actually the shortest of all the Fox combat engines. I'm not going back to the blackheads and stuff, but this way. So the Mark VI is long. A lot of guys didn't like that because they didn't balance well. So
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like the Mark III is even shorter, like about 3/16 shorter than the 36X BB.
No, but that's a bypass motor, isn't it? The 3?
Yeah.
That's
snarly. Yeah.
I got that Brian Gardner piston and liner.
I mean, it's a Mark III is a snarled engine. It's not a loop scavenge like a 36X. But we're getting, with the Gardner setup, we're getting power out of those things just like like a Mark VI or whatever. When we pump them up with nitro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, at last year's combat festival, they clocked me over 129 miles an hour with my Super Satan.
Wow.
That's with the 36X.
I got a 36X for sale on Stunthangar, man. I haven't had any bites on it. I'm really surprised because I think I was only asking $65 shipped for it. Nobody wants it. And it was brand new when I got it. I broke it in and I put like 10 lights on a combat at with it. And I thought, you know, I see them on eBay and they go 75 to $100. I thought $65 somebody would snap that thing up. Just,
Yeah.
you know, for a case. So put a Gardner piston and liner in it. I may end up doing that, you know. But
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
have
what.
any I don't have any
Talk,
affection for old motors like you do, Al. I
Yeah.
don't I've got if I want to go fast, I'll run my Nelsons, man. I don't
Yeah, well, I
I'm
mean,
not
well, there's a bunch of us guys here that reminisce about, you know, the old engines,
sure.
the old planes.
Yeah.
So,
I
you
get
know,
it.
you
know,
gotta talk to John Paris. He stunts a Mark III in his I think it's in his Oriental or one of his classic air. You cannot believe how good that thing runs. I mean, it has power up the ass.
mhm.
He puts some head shims and he does something. And I mean, that thing, you can't believe it's a combat motor. But it really runs good as a stunt engine. He said it was
a low pitch prop on it.
Pardon me?
A low pitch prop, and you know, let it rev up a little bit, and
Yeah, he said he had to kill the. I know he had to kill the compression in it,
yeah,
and he did something with that, and did something different with the Venturi. I don't know. It's,
Yeah.
you know, it had that insert or whatever,
right.
and he adjusted that or did something. But man, that thing. I mean, we were there at FCM, and no one could believe that was the combat motor.
Hmm.
But he wins with it all the time.
And we used to have a guy here that used the 35X in an Aries, and we're always wondering. He said, "What's in there?" And he goes, "Fox 35." And everybody said, "Wow, that's the strongest Fox 35 we ever saw." You know, and you know that was going on for a year until finally somebody looked in the cow and saw the slanted intake. You know, and they said, "Holy shit! Look at the engine that's in there. It's a combat engine." You know, in the Aries.
Yeah, John. I mean, he still runs a lot of Foxes, but his Foxes run really good. Even that combat one.
And now everybody's into the stunt speed, so they're doing the pattern with a combat engine on it, and ripping through the pattern.
Hold on a second.
You should try that, Mike. Did Luciano show you that or no? When he was down there, the 100 show.
No,
Did he
I
drop
can't
what?
remember. That was a couple of years ago.
He did the stunt speed that we did.
I don't remember if Tom flew a pattern or not. Rusty
Okay.
might.
Hey, Al, did you get them numbers for me?
Yeah, I sent them to you. Check your messenger.
Oh, okay.
Look at your phone. That's what I was doing before.
So I need the piston and the ring. Do I need the rod too?
No, you don't need the rod.
Just piston and ring.
Piston in the ring. On the back of the crank, there's going to be a little plastic nylon pin that goes in the crank that prevents the rod from hitting the back plate.
Okay.
When you take your back plate off, is that good or is it bad?
They're brand new, so
Oh, it's brand new.
yeah.
Okay, so that'll be good. If it's no good, have to go to like an auto parts store, and look at the little clips, the door panel clips and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get one of those and you trim it down with a cutting dikes, and you stick that in the crank.
Okay.
And that keeps the crank from hitting the back plate. McCoys have a nylon push and pin in the back of the crank.
Okay, because last year there I got that brand new 35 and a brand new 40.
Okay.
So I really want to see what that 40 does.
My buddy did the same modification to the 40, and it's working out pretty well for him.
Yeah.
And I sent you the part numbers for the 35.
Right. Long as I need to know that I just need piston and ring, he still has them.
Right.
And he had the crank
He has
for the
that.
40, but not the 35 anymore or something.
Say that again?
He has the crank for the 40, but I mean, he has the rod for the 40, but not the 35.
Right. You're
So,
going to use the same rod, and you're going to use the same wrist pin, but you're going to have to get a reamer or a real fine drill bit and open up the hole in the piston.
okay.
It's only like 4 thousandths, and just do it real carefully just to get to use this stock wrist pin in there. The wrist pin on the non-ringed engine is bigger than the wrist pin that's on the ringed engine.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. I'll see what Dick has. He has a bunch of reams and stuff.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And then what I did with mine, you got Dick. That's great. See if you can make it Teflon pads to put in the, on the ends of the wrist pin.
Oh, okay.
I think I forget. Do they have this? I think there might be Teflon pads.
Yeah, I haven't taken it apart. I'll take them apart. I haven't even bothered.
But I bought a Teflon rod from eBay and I turned it down on a lathe. With Dick there, that shouldn't be a problem for you.
Oh, okay.
And then the cylinder, get a wheel cylinder brake hone. Wheel cylinder hone. For brakes on a car.
Yeah.
And oil and just lightly, hone it out a little bit, so the new ring will sit.
Oh, okay, cool.
But you got the lightning bolt. It has to have a fenced liner.
Yeah, I got both. Lightning bolt.
So what I did was, I honed it with the brake hone.
I even got
an air to oil.
A lightning bolt 29, and I might even do that.
Oh, I know. I got 2 of them, in service, and they're amazing.
That's what everybody says.
Let me ask you.
Well, were you there for Ringmaster Day?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see me? Did you see me fly with mine on Ringmaster?
I seen your Ringmaster. I didn't realize that's what was on it.
Yeah, that was on it, and that thing it ran like a clock.
Well, that's like I got a 29 on a. I'm trying to think what we put that on. I think it was a Ringmaster. Yeah, it is the Ringmaster. Because I had a Fox 35 on it, stuff like that, and I put that 29 Lightning on there.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Holy shit! Does that thing run good and fly good?" But it has the old, it's just the old piston. So I'm thinking, well, if I can get a piston and ring for that, I'll even do that one because that thing has that 29's got as much power as a Fox 35, and it just runs like crazy.
I have the first one I did. I have it mounted on a Hornet and being fed with a baby pacifier, and I took the insert out. And with an 8.8 prop on 10 nitro, it runs better than my Johnson 35 combat engine. It runs stronger than that. Yep.
George Aldrich tried to buy the
bracket. John Jordan is out there. He wants to know. I know y'all talked about it a few minutes ago, but I forgot the Iron Man and the Nats. Do they coincide, or does the Nats? Is it over on Sunday? Is Iron Man over before the Nats on that Sunday?
The Iron Man.
Iron Man. Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Tampa Stunt. They all roll in on Thursday, and then they're there Friday, Saturday, and they check out Sunday.
I'll be right back.
All right.
The end of Pampa Stunt and Walker Cup.
Yeah. By the way, hey John, how you doing tonight? And y'all carry on. I just wanted to ask his question.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
they're coming in early.
it doesn't usually interfere with any other events during the week. The Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, typically they roll in on Thursday. Their event is Friday and Saturday. If that helps.
That helps. Hey Dennis, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How about you guys?
I'm all right. I
Not
seem
bad.
to have a better connection tonight. I don't know how it sounds now that we got a few people in, but started off good. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, just don't worry about it.
Hey, I got a question for you guys because I'm having a hell of a time with tissue and well, not tissue, but silk span and dope. Doing that airplane for Sam, and I've never had anything. I can't hardly get this stuff to stick. But this plane is about 7 years old, and I'm wondering if the dope is so dry on the thing that it's not the new dope isn't cutting in and sticking good to the old dope.
And I've never heard of that happening.
I mean, after a couple of coats, I can grab that silk span and just peel it off. So today, I just took just about pure thinner and wadded the airplane down and tried to till it got a little bit sticky. And then after that I took, because Wendy was saying he always puts dope down first, then stretches the silk span, which makes it a hell of a deal to do. But I did that, and it looks like it stuck this time on the front and everything. But I was wondering if just dope being so dry for so long, it's just that, it's like a brush that's set around for a year. You can't get the damn thing to,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can think of. Because the silk
I
span,
don't know.
I didn't have the problem with Samantha's plane using the same dope, same silk span or anything before. And it's like this just, the dope won't cut into the old dope.
Hey, Rusty, take a look at this.
Okay, I'm waiting for it to get big.
Is that a Super Satan?
Oh, holy shit!
No,
That's is that a Super Satan?
no, it's a slasher.
Oh, slasher. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when I was like 14, I wanted a Super Satan, but I couldn't afford the plans from Larry Scarinzi, and I had a voodoo kit, so I bashed the voodoo kit, to make my to make my own Super Satan,
Wow.
So that's what I used to fly combat with when I was a junior. So
wow.
So Jim Vergani did a CAD drawing of it for me, and we're going to rebuild it. And I was going to fly it at this year's combat festival. I was going to bring it to Brodak too, but that's not going to happen.
Is that a Forester motor on there, or
A what?
what kind of motor has he got drawn on that?
Well, it should be a 36 XPV, but I don't know what he just stuck something in there to to fit the hole.
Just your generic motor picture.
Hey.
Oh man, that's pretty good drawing there. Is it the same wingspan as the
You wouldn't.
voodoo?
It's smaller. It's
You wouldn't have
a
your CAD man wouldn't have a file for the Mark III, would he?
Say that again.
I'm wondering if your CAD man might have a file for the Mark III. I'm looking for a Mark III file to put on a vintage combat drawing that I'm doing right now.
I'd have to ask him.
I'd appreciate it if you could, because I've been looking for one and I can't find one.
Well, I mean, is it hard to? Can he measure up an engine for you? Is that what you need?
Well, if he's got the file already drawn, it makes it a lot easier. But I've got lots of engine files, but I don't have a Fox Mark III.
Okay. Well, yeah. When I talk to him tomorrow, I'll ask him, and then see if we can come up with one.
Well, I'd appreciate that very much.
So what did you do this week, Dennis?
No, not much. I mean, I was doing things like mowing the lawn and spent today working on a swing set for my grandkids. Darn near beat me to death. I got to finish it tomorrow yet. So this was a grandpa's project. The other grandpa and me working on it, and my God, it's got about 1 million board feet of lumber in it. I was expecting, when he said, "Hey, can you help us put swing set together?" I was expecting old steel, bolt together and everything like that. But cripe, this thing is just made. Everything on it is heavy. It's like I just got tired of hauling stuff around. We worked all day, and all we built was the tower that goes on the end of it. But anyhow, oh yeah,
Dennis,
Well, Charles is back. Charles is back from the earthquake. I don't see any bandages or anything. So everything all right?
Yeah, I was just waiting around for the after tremors and aftershocks, but they never showed up. So
Uh,
it was like 4.9 on Richter scale,
Bob,
about 10
yeah,
miles
that's what
there.
Bob Bishop said. He said it was a little north of San Diego.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Charles.
north of San Diego.
Everything okay?
Greg's got,
Board.
Greg's got some questions for you, Charles.
Who does?
Greg.
Greg,
Greg.
Strega.
yeah, Greg Rodney.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a Strega here. We're trying to shoehorn an OS 60 into, and it ain't gonna go. So I'm looking for a motor recommendation.
really?
I have an 81 in mine.
This thing won't go in. I'd have to take a 16th off the lugs and chisel down the motor mounts by an 1/8 inch on each side. By the time I chisel them down and drill the motor holes, it's gonna be Swiss cheese.
Huh.
Wow, that's strange because that plane was built around a 60.
Yeah, but
No, 60.
our 60s are 40 size cases.
I don't know if you can see the picture. It just will not go in.
Let
No.
me click on you, Greg.
So he's okay with a Japanese engine, but not a Chinese engine?
I guess. I don't know.
So what kind of 60 is that?
OS.
Oh, what size OS
That's
what?
OS 60 Max FP.
Oh, FP? Okay.
Maybe that's bigger than a Super Tiger 60. Huh.
Yeah.
Because I put both a K77 and a 81 in Stregas. I have two of them. Well, one's a kit that I didn't build. It was built by Reuben McBride, Steven's dad. And the other one I built from an art.
What
Is
are
that
they?
a 3D printed mock-up? Greg, is that
What's
a
that?
3D printed mock-up? That engine, that yellow engine, is that a 3D printed mock-up?
No, he had it powder coated.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Well,
I don't know what he did that for.
that's uglier than shit.
The Magnum 52 is a great engine. I have one in a carrier plane, and it runs really good. It's a good running engine.
No, at least I got some suggestions for you guys. I'll have to talk to him tomorrow about what he's going to do. There's just no
Charles,
way.
what did your two airplanes weigh out at?
I don't know where the Magnum.
When you asked me that.
Hmm.
At the last contest, my red Strega had put on some weight, and it was 80 ounces.
Okay.
And the other one I haven't weighed. I haven't weighed the one that Ruben built, but it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, so
Greg, I was going to say that those motor mounts are pretty big. I think even if you shaved off a 16th of an inch, really won't matter if that motor runs pretty smooth. It probably won't matter. That's a lot of meat there in those engine bearers.
I'm just concerned about. I'd have to take a 16th off the lugs on each side to get it down in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd want to
Well,
weigh it
that's
too. I don't know how the Strega balances, but you put a heavy motor in it, you may then have to add a bunch of tail weight to it. You know, you could have something weighing 85 ounces.
Yeah. Well, I got some suggestions from you guys. I'll talk to him tomorrow. That's what I suggested he do. Turn around and sell this. I've got about 25 runs on this on the bench, so it's broke in real nice. Be a good motor for somebody, but it's just not going to go in this plane.
No.
Not without talking the hell out of it.
No, I never heard anything good about the OS 60 motors, the LA or the FP. I mean, the weight penalty is just not worth what you get back in power.
Yeah. What did Wendy fly in his Strega?
Super Tiger 60, and then he put in about a Rojet, a big Rojet motor. Forgot what it was.
Because that's a non-pipe ship. He never ran a pipe on that. I think he ran a 76 side exhaust or something after the Super Tiger 60, because that's the side exhaust.
Yeah. Boy, I don't remember.
There's no tunnel on that airplane, is there?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, there is a pipe tunnel?
Yeah.
I think
No,
that
not
was
really.
just
That's
the
just-
air outlet. That's not a tunnel for a
That's
rear
the-
exhaust.
Yeah, that's just
Oh, yeah, that's right.
cooling. Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
cooling,
think
yeah.
that has a pipe tunnel built into it.
Thing's been nothing but a pain in the neck since I took on the project.
I know that that guy who, like the circus guy, I can't think of his name.
Shug or
Shug, yeah. He put a
Yeah,
53
Sean Emery.
in his, I think. A Magnum 53. But I never did hear how it flew. But his weighed 70, 76 or 78 ounces. It was up there pretty heavy.
Yeah, I think his motor was the Enya 61 that he
Oh,
put
he
in.
did it in your 61?
I think that's what it was.
Ended up
You
with.
could be right. I could be wrong.
He might have bought the one and then ended up putting something else in it that was even bigger once he figured out how heavy it was going to be.
I know he went to an SB11 now.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, any updates on your wife, John?
She died last Tuesday.
Oh my God!
She died.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
She died in the morning. Totally unexpected. Nobody.
Sorry.
She had no signs of it. I'm pretty well got it. Oh, not over it, but come to terms with it. But it did hit me all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah,
Oh
man.
God, John,
at least she's
I'm
not
really
suffering
sorry.
anymore.
I didn't see anything, about it or anything.
No, I didn't feel like putting it on any of the forums or anything. It didn't seem like the right thing to do. So I just I've been really, really busy making funeral arrangements and all of that stuff. My stepdaughter has been extremely helpful. She's one of those women. She's like my wife was. It takes command, and it's like, Katie, bar the door, get out of my way. This is going to get done.
Okay.
And I guess
Very good.
that's what she learned from her mother.
So I know Monday you said that she had that one therapy and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah. I'm to be honest with you, I'm a little upset with the cancer clinic here because I tried to point out to them a week and a half after she finished her radiation that there was something growing at the V of her neck here, and I at that point it was about less than the size of a dime and looked like a little clear blister, but it was hard. And they looked at it, yeah, that kind of thing. Never said anything. Month and a half they let that go, and they knew they were dealing with a very aggressive uh, squamous cell cancer, and they already knew that it had gotten into her lungs after she went through the radiation therapy. It was still growing, and they just drug their feet, and it took them like 2 months before they started this infusion, and they could have done that. They could have biopsied that thing on her neck when I first showed it to them. They had her in the hospital for 3 days. They could have done anyway. As you can tell, I'm a little upset about that because I don't think they did what they were getting paid to do.
yeah, really.
But anyway, she's no longer in pain. She doesn't have to deal with it anymore. That's
So
the good point.
So
That's
very
right.
sorry to hear that, John.
John, I'm very, very sorry, John. Deepest condolences to you, buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean,
And I know
How
you
long
mean
were you married?
it.
How long
I know
were
you
you
mean it
together?
from my heart. Say
now,
what?
now I feel like shit even asking you.
No, I'd already talked before you got on there. I've been talking to Charles and
Rusty.
uh,
Yeah.
Rusty. Here you go. It's hell to get old. But I appreciate your heartfelt condolences, guys. I really do.
Yeah.
I can tell you mean it.
Yes.
How long were you
Absolutely.
married, John?
That's the way we were married 7 years. I married her after I got after I spent 6 months in the hospital for getting electrocuted, and she was my next door neighbor in the trailer court I lived in, and she'd come up there to see me at the hospital. And she'd bring me watermelon and cantaloupe, stuff like that. Come up visit me all the time, and after I got out, I had a lot of bandages and that had to be changed every day, and she took care of that. It didn't take long before I realized I was dealing with an exceptional woman. We got married on April the 1st. We did that on April Fool's Day because we figured we'd never forget what day we got married on and make it easier for me to remember my anniversary. And I think her sense of humor, she died on her anniversary.
Holy cow.
And that was so I wouldn't forget that.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. There were some things like I woke up from a deep sleep in the morning and come to find out it was about the exact time that she died. And
Wow.
I like to think that she just came and said goodbye, woke me up and
Yeah.
said goodbye. So
Right.
anyway, it was a great 8 years. I wouldn't trade him for anything. She was a great woman. She loved going to Rodex. I tell them earlier, she loved going to Rodex. She loved the hobby. She would every contest I went to, she went with. And at Brodax, she'd get up there and I'd be out flying or something, and she'd be down buying all the T-shirts. I think I got 2 of every T-shirt they ever made. Liked them. So anyway, yeah, I was very fortunate to have a woman in my life that loved the hobby and supported me 100% in it.
Yeah, really.
Lucky man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you think about it, all the wives are pretty amazing for putting up with us.
Ain't that the truth?
Yep.
I feel very blessed too, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
My wife is our sponsor.
If you-
I should put my wife's name on all of our airplanes because she sponsors me and Sam.
Yeah.
This hobby,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
contest
Yeah.
we go to, they should all say Lisa May on the side. Every airplane should be named after her because she puts the bill for our hobby. You know, it would be
That's
hard
awesome.
it would be hard to do this without a supportive spouse. Sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
I
Well,
married
I've
my
known a
fishing
couple
buddy.
of guys whose wives don't like it, and they go through hell every time they go anywhere.
Well. Hey, Sparky, your new airplane, is that the Tucker XL? Is that just going to be your wing and stuff that looks like a Tucker?
Yeah.
Are you going to do it in the gold and stuff again or not?
There will never be gold on my airplane ever again.
Oh, okay, because I was going to tell you that Brodak's got a clearance on Randolph Gold right now.
Sparky, might I suggest you paint it green?
I have some green that's exceptional. Bob Brookins mixed for me.
Oh, look at that. Jeff's got a
There
green
you go.
shirt on. Oh, my God.
That's it.
This guy loves Wisconsin. Look at that.
Oh wow, look at that.
Oh,
Green
Wisconsin
shirt,
beer.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, my son works in Wisconsin, and he bought this for me. Got this for me. Green Bay Packer colors. You know, I'm a Lions fan, so the Packers are like you know the opposite end of the spectrum and everything like that. But what the heck?
I tell you, the only good thing about the Lions, being here from Michigan, is their clothing looks so good in their colors. But besides that, I mean, why in the hell would you wear anything that says Lions on it? They haven't won shit since 1959, the year I was born. So,
Yeah, well, that's it.
Should they change to chickens?
what's that?
Should they change it to chickens?
Yeah, the Lions. Yeah, the chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every year we hope it's gonna. Man, we got this good quarterback, or we got a good running back, and we got shit. Is what we get every year.
That's it.
Well, that sounds like the San Diego Chargers.
They're worse than
Yeah,
the
San
San
Diego
Diego
Chargers were
Chargers.
too.
I don't. What has it been like 15 years since they made a playoff game or something? It's crazy.
Well, in my lifetime, they won a championship in 1957, and since then they have won exactly one playoff game since 1957.
It's crazy.
Right. So yeah,
I'm
they're
just gonna say it's not easy.
Hey, Steve.
Hey Al, how you doing, Al?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, Charles.
Hey, Tom.
Going back to your dope question on the airplane you're working on. Could it be? Did you sand it down and redope it before you tried to put the silk span down on it?
No, I sanded it, but I didn't redope it. And Sparky's on now, and I was going to ask. Only thing I can think of is 7 years of that dope drying out. That it is so hard.
That's kind of what I was thinking, and your question never really got answered. I would think sand it down and maybe hit it with 2 coats of dope, fresh dope, before you try to stick silk span to it again. That's all I was thinking on that.
Yeah, I hit it with thinner. I sanded it. Now I hit it with thinner, and that softened it some. And then I put a real probably 60-40 or 70-30 dope. I put a coat of that on it, and then I put the silk span down. But man, talk about trying to get the wrinkles out when you got it you got it going over dope that's drying. I mean, it's been
Steve,
pretty tough.
if it's not a competition plane, why waste your time with it? Just take the silk span off with acetone or whatever, and just put some monocoat on it and call it a day.
I couldn't monocoat the fuselage. It looked worse than the damn silk span. At least I can sand on
Oh,
that.
it's a fuselage.
You can apply the silk span with straight thinner. If it's got dope on it, put the paper on a solid area, especially put the paper, hold it where you want it. Brush the thinner on it, and then rub it with your fingers really good and stuff. You'll actually pull the dope up into the silk span that way.
That's what I did. That's what I did tonight again is that once I put a coat down, then I put the silk span down, put a coat on that, even probably more than one, keep it wet, and just rub my fingers.
Yeah,
and you can
literally use straight thinner on it, and literally pull the dope up from the bottom, pull it up through the paper.
Acetone. I would use acetone.
Acetone
on old dope like that.
Even stronger, yeah.
Or MEK.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go down and check it here later and see if the new stuff. I left it hanging so I can grab it and pull on it to see if it's, but I could just peel it off like tissue paper. It's come right off the damn airplane. I'm like, what the hell? I've never had silk span do this.
But what was it? What kind of dope was it painted with? Was it painted with Aerogloss?
No, Randolph.
And do some acetone or diet.
I just think because it's 7 years old that dope has dried out so much that it's just hard to cut it back in or whatever.
You got any retarder?
Yeah.
Add a bunch of retarder to it, to the clear, and paint it on there, and that'll slow it down and bite into the bottom coat.
Yeah, I thought I had some rejuvenator, and I looked all over hell for that, and I can't find it. But I thought about even that, putting some rejuvenator on it, and see if that softened it. I don't know what rejuvenator is, but Brodex sells it. I had some of it, but
retarded dope.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
The retarder sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, that is a good. Yeah, I didn't think about retarder, but I got a damn pint can of retarder, so.
Yeah, just go easy with it. Don't put too much retarder in it.
But yeah, I couldn't believe I had the whole thing just about done, and then I seen some corners, peeling up or whatever, and I'm like, what the hell? And I tried to stick them back down, and they come back up, and I grabbed it and I pulled on it a little bit, and the whole damn side come off, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'll try it again. And now I know, because I was going to try to put Jap tissue on it. And I couldn't get that damn Jap tissue to stick. And now I think I know why. I'm like, man, I bought this damn Jap tissue. I'm going to throw it away because it's the worst shit I've worked with my whole life. But I think it's just that the dope is so dry that it's so hard. But yeah, that makes sense. I got a can of acetone, and and I got that rejuvenator. I'll try to make some. I mean, retarder. I'll try to soften that back up a little bit.
Steve, Sam will he'll take the airplane with a 19-point finish, but nothing less than that. Okay.
Yeah. All
19
right.
points.
I doubt if it's 19 points, but he's not going to be ashamed to take it out and fly it.
Oh, he'll be happy with whatever you send our way. Sure. He'll be happy with anything.
Hey, is
so
there
I
anything
think
that'll
Sparky is
soften
right
up
about
Android cement?
Hey,
What was that?
Is there anything that'll
acetone evaporates
dissolve,
fast.
loosen up Ambroid cement?
Ambroid.
The old Ambroid glue?
Yeah.
Is it
I got
water based?
an old,
Is it lacquer based?
Lacquer base.
Yeah.
Stone.
lacquer thinner might do it.
Acetone.
Well, probably, yeah.
Acetone?
Mhm.
I'll have to try that.
Going over to John's tomorrow, Sparky?
Nope.
No?
No, we're locked down. We no travel.
Oh, okay. That's the same thing here. $1,500 fine. They raised it yesterday if you get caught out.
Well, you can't travel to work?
You have to have a damn slip of paper from the state that
Really?
says you can go to work.
We don't. I don't
The new,
have paper. I just have a paper from the company saying that I'm an essential employee.
Yeah, I talked to a girl today. She has the one from her employer. Now she got one from someplace else from the state or whatever.
You guys are worse than NJ.
What the heck you gonna eat? Don't you have to? I mean, you have to go to buy some groceries too.
You can go to the
Feed
grocery
yourself.
store, and you can go to the gas station, the fast food places, and the post office. But if you're caught,
Doctor's appointment, medical.
all the doctor's offices are closed here. So it's all virtual doctor's office. But I guess if they figure you're so many miles away from your home or whatever, you can't say, I'm going to a grocery store, and you're farther away from the grocery store than it is from your house, you know? So I don't know how they're
How are
going to
they
do
gonna-
it, but they said they've been pulling people over.
They can't prove that shit. That is such a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. It's not even funny.
And there's going to
Can't
be
prove
big
that
lawsuits.
you're not going-
I think the Constitution's been shoved in the crapper right now.
That's right.
Well, it's like
You're free, baby.
They're not
Tuesday.
going to really find anybody.
Tuesday, I was
Hey,
at
Jordan.
Myers, and from 7 in the morning until 8, they have the old fogey time there. 1 hour day for old people. You cannot believe how many young people in there with kids and everything else when it's supposed to be only old people.
I got my Walmart mask right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's much better than the.
You look like a stormtrooper.
By the way, those masks that most people are wearing,
No
they're,
good.
they're technically a placebo. Those things, the surgical mask that you put on, the only thing they do, they stop the sneezing from projecting out. Anything else that's around you, you breathe it just the same. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
that's what they said. They said
Yeah.
it doesn't work if you're breathing it in, but it protects people when you breathing out. So
You
I
gotta-
just said,
No, not true.
around.
You
It's
got to
not
get
true.
a face shield.
Turn it inside out.
You got to get a face shield like a welder.
Right?
When I was in the Air Force, we had a
That's what-
machine.
That's what we've
That
been
was-
having to wear every day.
When I was in the Air Force, we had a machine that was designed to test masks, the fit on the mask on your face, right?
Yeah.
So the way the machine was working, it was counting the particles outside the mask, and then was counting the particles from inside the mask. So the better the fit, the less particles you would find inside the mask, the bigger the difference in the stone numbers would be, right? And we had some decent quality surgical mask or something like that, which was a lot better than the surgical mask. And guess what? It had no difference between the outside or the inside. You couldn't get it to fit. You can't get it to filter. It was no difference between the two.
Just
So-
remember,
Well, here, if you have a beard,
I didn't
if you
hear
have a beard, forget about the mask. It's useless
it is.
because that they told us that when painting cars. If you have a beard, you don't even wear a mask.
Yeah, it is
You're
horrible
not
if you
doing
have.
yourself any justice.
Yeah, you have to technically you have to be freshly shaven and
Yeah.
and that's how it's going to work best. And you need some mask that's going to seal
Oh,
around
my
your
God.
nose and
Turn it inside out.
it's right here.
We did that at work, and they did that, and they're like, you got a beard and it's, it's only at 50%. I said, hell, 50% better than 0, isn't it? And he just looked at me like, what the hell, but it is.
Better.
Well, you're
hold
filling
it
the
up
other
until you're done
50% with the beard.
Right.
Okay, Steve, but that was a mask that was halfway decent would seal around your mouth and stuff like that, or at least attempt, in a good work. But this fabric thing with the two laces that is loosely sitting around your mouth and nose, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you test the stuff, it's no different.
This is better, Tryon.
Well, it's like I tell everybody.
Yep, that's the one. That's a good one.
It's the same thing with your furnace or whatever. Air will go to the path of least resistance. So if you got a filter that don't fit in your furnace good and there's a gap, where do you think all the air is going?
The gap.
Through the gap. I mean,
So you got Trump. Trump told you, Steve, get a scarf.
yeah.
Wrap it around your head.
Yeah, they're better. He says they're better than.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I can wear a scarf and a dress.
Yeah, you improve your chances of not getting the virus by what? 1%.
Let's all wear burqas, and then only your eyes are showing.
Nah.
They wanted us to.
Yeah, but your eyes, yeah, affected through your eyes.
In New Jersey, they said they want us to know our inventory, our stock of face shields and masks. What do we have in stock? To come and confiscate it.
Yeah. Well, I look at it this way. If everybody wore them, and it kept from, if it kept 50% down to spreading, that's a good thing. But they got to make everybody wear them and not make it, well, if you want to or you don't want to. It's got to be one way or the other. I think if they're going to quarantine everything down, you want to go out to the damn store or whatever, you got to wear a mask. You don't want to, or a face shield or something. You don't want to wear it, don't go.
Well, I had a lady come in for an estimate, and she gets out of the car, and she grabs her mask and puts it on her face, and she says to me, well, this is for my protection and yours. I said, well, it's only for my protection, only if you're not sick, So then we write your estimate. Then she takes her mask off with her hands and then, puts it up. I told you, I said, not for nothing. The way you're handling your mask, it's not doing you any good because she's touching as she has it on, she's touching the front of it. And then after that, she puts it away, so she's not cleaning her hands or anything, so, if it's on the mask, it's on her hands. And if she touches her, she has it. And the same thing with people with gloves. All around, they put the latex gloves on. And they go they do whatever they're doing all day long. And then they pull it off with their hands. Before they have to take the gloves off, they have to sanitize their gloves and then take it off. Or take it off from the inside out and then throw it away. So,
I usually wear one to the store just because I got allergies so bad and I'll sneeze and cough.
Right.
And it comes on like, well, I tell you what, if you're in a store and you sneeze or cough, you can part the Red Sea. I mean, people are just moving out of the way.
That's how you get your toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I should go back there, buy that toilet paper and start coughing and sneezing. I'd have it all to myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's like today, I was outside for a while working, and I got into a sneezing fit, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But
I have. I'm looking at something here. It says that 6,000 deaths in U.S. from the coronavirus, and from the flu in the U.S. it's 61,000 deaths from other things, other flus, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
but that's we're looking at 1 year compared to 1 month.
No, I'll be
times 12. If you take what happened in the last 30 days times 12, then we're going to be up around, and they figure that's low. I mean, that's why they're figuring 100 to 240,000 deaths.
No,
But
I've seen
But that's
Steve.
about normal, right?
No, I've seen the numbers
think
like Ryan's talking about. We've lost more people to flu, to
Uh-huh.
malaria,
Yep.
to
Destin,
any
1,
number
2, 3.
of different less trendy diseases have been a whole lot more deadly to us than Corona has been.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said
And so I don't know. It's
when it first started out, they said Corona was going to save lives because people aren't driving and not getting in car accidents.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
the number one killer.
Yeah, they said New York and New Jersey, it really is that way.
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I
loud and clear.
cannot hear you. No,
If,
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't
I
have
can hear you, but they're all distant.
my little
Are you there,
blinky
Rusty?
green lights aren't working. So
Your mouth.
only thing I
we
know
were getting,
is that I've seen a lot of flu seasons, and I never seen lines out at hospitals
Mm-hmm.
and shit being so full.
You ain't seen him here either. Where's
Yeah.
the hospital's full? The hospital's here.
the difference.
Yep.
The difference is we've got a very infectious viral agent that we don't have an immunity to against the ones that we do, but the ones we do are still killing more people. Even if we had an 8,500 a month for 12 months, that's 102,000. That in the last swine, not the swine, swine.
The swine flu.
We're getting about what is it, two to three deaths per million people that get infected.
Mm-hmm.
If I got see the million in population or million that get infected, that's really low. But it's the darn fact that it's a new virus.
John's breaking up for me. I don't know how you
We have no.
You lost your connection, John.
I can tell you how to cure it.
My camera and mic keep turning off.
Yeah, Rusty, your camera's been off for a while.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it should be coming back on now, but it goes right back off. I think my sound's going on and off too, because I'm not getting the little blue blinkies. Okay, can you see me now?
Yeah, your connection says lost, and I don't know how we can even hear you. Oh, there you are, Ben.
My connection, or
now you're red and yellow.
Yeah, now you're doing better again.
Yeah,
John,
it's yellow right now.
John keeps going gray and red. He keeps freezing.
Oh. Rusty, you're in the green now. Hold your coffee cup up there.
I'll see what I can do. Oh, by the way, Al, thanks for the super chat.
No problem.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, we can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you be quiet.
We can hear you, but we can't see you, Len.
No, you can't see me. If I put my camera on, it kicks me all over the place.
Okay.
Signal's weak.
Programs had to not tolerate bandwidth. It's about below 50 is the cutoff, I think, is what they say. 50 megabits
You know why?
download speed.
Don't you? It's because everybody's at home online and everybody's using the
Oh,
internet.
exactly. Everybody is.
Yeah, there is that.
And
That's
everybody-
about when all this started, is when everybody went crazy.
Yeah, between
Damn copycatters. We've been doing this for what, a year and a half and 2 years, and now everybody's copying us.
Zoom and Skype. They're all
Yeah, they're all talking about coronavirus. Unbelievable.
And they're obviously all using the same servers, or loading all of the servers. Oh
We
well,
can
we'll
shut our
do the
video
best we
out.
can.
We can shut our
So
video
see-
off. That'll use less bandwidth.
But they say that,
So-
it's good. Actually, psychologically, it's good to do this. For people that are shut in, or they
I think so.
just to interact. We've been doing it now.
People need, a lot of people don't have anybody to vent to, or even if they just need to have a feel good meeting, it's good to be able to have contact with other people. I mean, there's nothing else that really matters, is there? Is human contact. That's what we're here for. I have to remember that sometimes. I'm in dialysis and everybody's got a TV, and I'm trying to write something, and somebody next to me will start talking, and I'll defer to them a lot of the time, just because it's just TV or it's a person talking to me.
Steve,
Yeah,
did you get
yeah,
your
it's
soap
good
span
therapy.
thing sorted out?
I was like Samantha yesterday. I don't know what, it's a video chat, I guess, on her phone somehow. I don't know how to do it, but she called me and I just had to answer, and I could see her. But that's the first time I actually seen her in a couple weeks. I've talked to her on the phone and stuff, but
How's she doing?
real good. She got out
Good
of
stuff.
quarantine today, so she was running.
Awesome. That's
And I
good.
told her, I said, you get caught and get hit with that $1,500, you're going to be sorry. And she said, well, Alana's driving and she's got her thing for work, and she works in Cedar Springs, so we're going up there and whatever. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. But she said she'd been stuck in the house for 2 weeks. She was getting out.
Did she have corona?
They didn't test her, but
Yeah.
2 of them at work have it, and it's for sure they do. So I still think she does. I mean, people get sick like that when it's going around where you work.
She had a high fever.
Yeah, about 103. There for a while, 103 was as low as they could get it, giving her Tylenol. Then it dropped to 101, and it stayed there for like 3 days. And then it went to, I called her the next morning, and she goes, yep, it's under 100. It's 99. She called me later in the day, said it's 92. The next morning, she said it was normal. I mean, it went from just being so high for 4 days, and then just bam, gone.
She just write it out home, or she went to the doctor.
Just at home. She had that virtual doctor deal.
Oh,
So, but yeah, I thought she was getting better, and then all of a sudden, it hit her really hard. So she got
Look at Mike's screen.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a drone. We got to kick him off here now. You can't have a drone on.
No drones on Stunthangar.
Oh my God.
you got to put lines and a handle on it.
Have you guys seen that one Facebook? There's a guy flying a plane in his kitchen, I think, or living room.
I saw that.
Yeah.
4 foot lines.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Right in his own living room. That was amazing.
Where was that from? Like, it had to be over in Czech Republic. It was over from Europe someplace, but I don't know exactly where it was from.
He had to drop down to his knees to do his overheads.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Did Sparky say goodbye, or did he just dive
he's
out?
here. He's here.
Yeah, he's not here.
His
So right
picture's
there on
still
the couch.
here.
You can't see him, Rusty.
Oh, there.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
moving.
He's waving at you.
It's live.
Never mind. I have no explanation for that. So.
Okay. All right, Rusty. I don't know, man. What you got in your cup tonight there, bud?
He thought it was party time. The
I
cat-
don't know if I could guess. Hey, my cup's empty now. So
Yeah, it's empty now. That's why you
No.
can't see nobody.
Mine is almost empty too. It's not good.
I'm busted.
John, you there?
I see him.
I see him there. I just wanted to tell him sorry about his wife. Very sorry to hear that. I don't know if he can hear me.
Yeah, he had a green deal all night, and then all of a sudden he's just went to gray and freezes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
there he goes
connecting
again
very
to
well.
gray. Now he's yellow.
Charles
I'm
has got a
red.
real good picture tonight. It must have been that earthquake shook the shit out of his internet, and it's working okay now.
Maybe.
Tightened up.
Maybe.
We need to tell
This is
John
the best
to turn
connection we've had in a
turn
long
his camera off. If John turns his camera off, at least we'll be able to hear him.
Talk to us, John.
Yeah.
His video.
Say something,
Oh, I
John.
guess he heard you.
Send him a personal message.
No, it's still gray.
Yeah.
No
Can you-
sound.
Can you say something, John?
I can say something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at least
Yeah,
something.
say something.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
That works.
Yeah,
All right.
we
I got a
can-
red.
Now you look just as good as Leonard does.
He looks better than I do. It's okay. We both look better than you, Steve.
Well, Lenny,
Hey, Steve, we still both look better than you on any good day.
poor Steve.
Oh, man. Don't
Man.
touch your face, Steve. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, what, touch my face?
Yeah, keep your hands off your face.
I told everybody I'm just glad I can only not touch my
There's
face.
Tryon. He's defying the whole world.
As long as you wash your hands, you can touch your face.
When you guys hear what I said? I said, I'm just lucky. The only thing I can't touch is my face.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, my
You
God.
might go blind, though, if you keep that up, Steve.
Ah.
I don't want to touch anything else that and get corona on it. If you catch my
Oh,
drift,
good Lord.
yeah. There's
How
some
long-
places I don't
how
want
long
that
is it
corona
that they
touching.
say that-
Yeah.
How long is it that they say that the virus lives on dry surfaces? Is it a couple of days, 2 or 3 days?
I've heard something like 12 hours.
Anybody
Yeah.
know?
So I
Oh,
figure
is it
I haven't
just
been out of my
LA?
house since Tuesday. So if I
Lucky
can
you.
give myself the virus being locked away for 5 days, I ain't gonna make it anyway because it's one strong virus in my house. If it's lasted this long.
I expect we're going to be locked down pretty soon around here too.
I
hope
heard
not,
today that if
but
you got. I've heard today that if you got type O blood, you're less likely to get it,
I got O positive.
Me too.
and that women are more likely to get it than the men.
If I get it, I'm dead.
Well,
I got-
the reason that is because women's mouth is always running, and that's the way it gets in.
Oh.
Oh, Steve, I can
Steve's
tell
having
you're
way too much fun.
a bachelor, Steve.
Yeah, he's going to be a bachelor for a long time to come.
But they said that more men have it than women.
Yeah, he's going to be a bachelor.
I don't expect it to go on more than a couple of weeks more before the war starts. If people can't stay locked up for 30 days, 90 days, or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, better save their bullets because,
Steve, where are you getting your
Steve,
where are you getting your cigarettes from?
I just
Yeah.
I make them myself now.
Oh, wow.
I bought a damn bag of tobacco and some tubes, and A pound lasts about 2
Or
weeks.
gas? What about gas stations that have stores? Are they selling gas but closing the store?
No, you can still go in there in the store too. That's what's so crazy.
Okay.
Because all of our
Well,
gas
like
stations
that.
sell beer, at least beer. So there is
Yeah.
no way in hell they're ever going to close down a gas station in the United States. Because where in the hell?
Yeah, that's right. You can't cut alcoholic stuff. You can't cut alcoholic stuff like that.
It's essential.
I heard a good quote. I heard a good quote here where a guy said he never thought he'd live to see the day when all the churches were closed, but the liquor stores were
It is
open.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Hadn't thought of that.
Well, they closed
Yeah,
down
it's
all the
amazing.
places you can buy alcohol. There will be a war in the United States.
Well, yeah,
It's
there'll be a
very
war
long.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they called it the 1930s.
Alcohol and tobacco, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Prohibition, huh?
There's something big going on. Trump's moving military around.
Yeah, there'll be,
Say that again.
There's something big going on.
Say it again, Sparky.
There's something big going on. They're moving the military around, the ships off the coast and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, they're trying to. I guess they're trying to stop all these drugs coming into the United States just when we need them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Mike, well, that one of those drones that'll fly itself, I don't think he can. Can you talk or hear?
Mike's frozen on my
As
screen.
Mike's shut up.
No, he has his
His
mic.
his microphone's shut off.
He's muted. Mike is muted.
Well, guys, I'm
I
gonna go.
see that.
All right.
How about the?
Good night,
See you,
Sparky.
Sparky.
Good night, Spark.
Okay.
All right, Sparky.
Take it easy, man.
See ya.
Yeah, I think too that Sparky is saying they're moving everybody around. I think they're moving the military out to sea and all that kind of stuff because there's no virus. If they can get a ship with nothing on it, they can keep them safe. There's no way for them then to get it, just in case we need them. I mean, hell, if our whole military got this.
Shit. How would you like to be on that cruise boat that was coming up from South America?
Yeah.
That's where I would least like to be. At less than anything, I would want to be on that. I don't want to go on a cruise ship when it's not infected.
Really?
That's right.
Speaking of airplanes, anybody got any flying plans this weekend?
I got the parking lot that I'm going to risk it, and I'm working on my LA-25 Nobler. So I'm gonna.
Wow, that would be it.
So
is it a full size? I mean, a regular size Nobler?
Yeah, it's an arch, top flight arch.
Okay. So yeah, that's right. You can put that 25 in just about anything that's made for a Fox 35, can't you?
Yep. So it's been working out pretty good.
Yep.
So I've been,
I got to try that. I have an extra Nobel ARF right here in my office here.
So I've been
trying LA-25 in it.
So I've been.
Charles, I figured you'd put a K-77 in it. So
yeah, really,
great idea.
I've been trying it out.
You and Len.
I got that new 81 coming. I'm gonna stuff that in there.
Oh, we're talking.
I'll go get it.
I keep checking the mail, keep checking the status, and that's like, when is it going to change? It keeps saying pre-shipment label sent should be coming. It hasn't got to the United States yet. I'm still waiting for it to get here.
What? A watch pot never boils.
Every day.
That's right.
No, it's,
a watch pot never boils.
That was just like, though, I forget, I ordered some automotive parts and it didn't ship, and I'm watching, and it's stuck in California. Then it went someplace else in California. Then my dog starts barking one morning, And I'm like, what the hell's that? I open the door, there the stuff is on my porch. But yeah, I'm like, oh shit. So I went back and checked it.
Wow.
It said it was still in California. I'm like, no, it ain't no work.
Maybe
Just say you
you
never
moved
looked.
overnight.
Yeah, well,
So you never got him.
I think mine's still in
No, I
Ukraine.
got it. It was there, but it said it was in California, and then
No,
the
you
next
never
day
got
was
it.
delivered.
No, you were in California. You just didn't know it.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Let's see what Al has here.
Hey, Mike's back. Is that one of those helicopters? I mean, multi-rotors that'll fly itself?
That's
Wow, there you go.
Microphone.
No,
Nice.
it
Yeah.
will not fly itself. You got to be sticks on the whole time on that one.
You got a silver one, right, Al?
Yep. It's one I put together from parts, but I do have a Brian Gardner piston and liner in it.
Oh, wow, and you have a tune pipe?
Oh, it's a header.
Yeah, it's just a
Oh,
header,
header.
muffler.
Okay.
Header muffler.
Okay.
I figured I need all the power I could get. No, there's no muffler. It's just a header.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
Cool.
it's a it's a max header.
Huh.
But,
Okay, I follow you.
Okay.
so I've been working on it. I was trying all different props, and so far the 10-4 is the best prop. A 9-4 won't pull the plane, but it's
okay.
really good. It does the pattern really well.
Cool.
That 10-4 is what I used on
Very
my
nice.
LA-25.
You know, so it's,
Yeah, we tried that on one of
Very
them.
nice.
We didn't have a luck with a muffler on it.
say that.
We tried a LA-25 on one of them. Dick did. It would fly the pattern, but I mean, it was really limited on power, but probably because of the muffler.
Oh yeah, no, you
Actually,
got to open it up. You know, you got to let it breathe. And
Yeah,
plus,
you
I don't know
basically
what-
got to run it like a piped engine.
right, and then the Venturi, I'm using like the same Venturi I use on the LA-46. So
That's right. Big Venturi.
yeah,
That's
280, a 280 Venturi with a 156 spray bar.
Oh yeah, that'll pull it for sure.
Yeah, so with that, it's
Try that McCoy 29 on there.
yeah. Well, if I was going to put a McCoy
Try
on,
that McCoy 29.
yeah, but
come to think of it, mine was
what?
a FB, not a LA. Also,
I got
That's a
me
good motor.
a Irving mini pipe
Yeah.
on eBay, and I want to try a smaller motor with that mini pipe on there.
as it sits down, it's 42 ounces.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
That's awesome.
And I fly it on what is it? 58-foot lines.
That's awesome.
what kind of fuel tank have you got on it?
So actually, it's a Uniflow. I put a 4.5-ounce tank in it, and right now
I can see it.
it'll run for 8 minutes. But I did that because if this didn't work, I was going to put a Brodak 40 in it.
How the hell did you get a tank in between them engine bearers?
Well, I replaced them.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say that
But
one of mine.
the tank sits on top of the engine bearers. The tank,
Oh, okay.
the tank,
Yeah, right.
but I replaced them anyway because the stock ones are like balsa wood.
Yeah. To get them out, how did you get the original ones
You
out?
heat them.
How did you do that?
Just
Heat them.
heat it up with a heat gun, and
That's right.
and
Pull
pull
them
it out.
out.
Wasn't that bad.
Easy to do it once you heat the epoxy up. It lets go. You just pull it out with pliers or whatever.
Yep.
All right.
Good job.
But all the my friends were really shocked. They saw how good it flies, and I even I could do the pattern overheads on like a 12-mile-an-hour wind day. It's with this prop. When I was I tried 6 different props on it right now, and this one's the winner.
That's awesome.
I
I
tried.
just like that it's so light.
Yeah. And it's so light that when the engine cuts off, it's a pain. I know how to. I can pull planes from racing and stuff. When it cuts off, it's a pain in the ass if you're trying to pull it. You just have to let it fall where it goes because it's that light.
That's cool.
Nice.
But it turns really good.
What'd you say it was? 24 ounces?
No, 42 ounces.
40. Yeah, 42.
Oh, 42. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can make my next 77 ship 42 ounces.
I don't know if you
I
heard.
don't think so.
I have a Buccaneer with 46 VF in it. It weighs 86 ounces.
Well, it weighs
Oh,
just
wow.
about the.
Oh,
it
my
weighs
goodness.
about the same as my 90 ship. Then it weighs 88 ounces.
Yeah.
The flying tank.
I worked on that earlier this year and the end of last year, trying to get it to fly through the pattern. And I finally found I couldn't get it to turn good, and the flap ratio was off, and
Right.
it had an adjustable elevator in the back. So I gave it as much elevator as it could, and the plane, a drastic difference the way it turns.
Woke
now.
up. I would wake it up.
Very good.
Yeah.
I extended my handle spacing, and then I just put that horn. It's a Mars system in there. Slid that horn all the way up to the top, make it as short as possible.
Right.
And it's like a totally different airplane.
Yeah. Woke it right up.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean for that amount of weight, it's doing really good.
That's good. I sort of gave up on mine. It flies okay, but it's not really competitive. It's just okay. That's the best I could get out of it was okay.
Well, and there was
So I
another
sort of
thing.
walked away from it.
I was using I went for Randy Smith at 12 1/4 by a 4 carbon fiber prop, and then I just was giving up on the plane because it just didn't feel right, and loose and wing jumping up and everything. And a friend of mine gave me a Bali, or was it like 11.4 by 4 or something like that, three blades, and what a difference! That Bali prop is amazing.
The best prop I got on my 90 ship was the one that Tryon designed. It was a great prop, the 4-blade. It really worked well on the 90.
Well, it's really tough.
Did we lose Dennis? Did Dennis say goodnight already?
I don't see
I don't
him.
see
Not
him.
there.
We
I
got-
think
You
I'm
say
going to
goodnight.
go.
Okay,
John.
John.
Good,
All right.
Hey,
Take
man.
it easy, John.
All right.
good night, guys.
Yeah, take care,
All right,
buddy.
bud.
And
Good night,
thanks for
John.
coming in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good night, and see you all
I'm
Hey,
going to
good
have to go
night.
soon, too. I got to go to work tomorrow.
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Len.
dude.
All right, ladies.
Fair winds,
Good
tight
evening.
line.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
Len,
good
you're
night.
out of here. I
hey,
got a little show and tell before you go,
What?
Len. If you wanna hang out.
Okay. That's
but,
all right.
hey,
I'll stay for a minute.
hey, Len, that prop was a Bali 12 by 425, 3 blade.
Okay. Yes. And what engine on the VF?
Yeah, 46 VF on a Pike.
46 VF. Okay.
On
Yeah,
Randy's
that's
Pike.
good. Yep. It's a great motor.
Yeah, a lot of power.
Unbelievable.
I've never used mine. I have 2 of them.
I've never even seen one, let alone used one. I've only heard great stories about them.
I heard that the 40 was
like
actually
my-
better than the 46.
The
Hey,
VF
I like
40 was
my
the better.
engineering pin.
I have a 42, and I tried it in the same plane. The 40 does not have as much power as the 46.
Okay.
Okay.
Especially it really shows it's on that 86 ounce plane.
Oh,
the,
for sure.
The 40 really, you can really feel the difference in power between the 46 and the 40.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Mike, what do you got to show us?
Yeah, where's the show and tell?
Did we lose Mike?
I got show and
Here
tell.
we go.
There it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Let me get my camera turned around here. There we go.
Okay.
Not control line, but I built a slew of hand launch gliders.
Very
In
good.
the last 2 days. Got 3 thermic 20s, Jetco kit.
Wow.
That I
Wow.
from scratch off the plans, and a Jetco thermic dart. So six hand launch gliders.
Unfortunately, you're frozen on my screen.
Oh no! The rest of you
It's
got it.
looking okay for me. I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
This,
Mike, what do you use for nose clean on those?
Oh my
Say
God!
again?
Len's picture's back on again.
It's frozen. I'm gonna do a
It's frozen.
screenshot
Say
of that.
again.
Everybody's frozen on me now.
just for
Mike,
you,
what-
Steve.
There's one.
Huh? Oh, you did that just for me?
Yeah.
Al, what did you ask?
I said, what do you use for nose weight?
Anybody there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Al says, what did you use for nose white?
Oh, what? Nothing yet. I have. Yeah, I'm hearing you, Al. I got him. I haven't put
Oh.
anything on there. Typically, I claim how much, and then I'll cut a little piece of lead and epoxy it on just a little bit less than whatever the clay weighs,
Right.
so I don't have to use all clay. But none of them is no nose weight, no made clay. We just finished them yesterday. So, do you have a suggestion, Al?
No, I
Do
was
you have a
just wondering,
suggestion for
No.
nose weight?
Why don't you try a little clay?
That's a good idea. At least to find out how much you need.
Okay.
Then you can take it off and add some. You know, just like you do when you're adding tip weight on an airplane and trimming it. You know, but it stays on good. Clay does.
Yeah, until you get it dialed in. Yep.
You're hanging by a thread, Mike.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody's.
Damn, Len, you got a green deal. You're moving again.
Oh, Gary's picture's back too.
Yeah, Len. Hell, Rusty, you got a green.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Len's got a green one. He's doing good. Gary's got only one
Because
that's
there's
got
less
bad right
people
now
on
there
now.
with Mike.
We just lost Mike.
Yeah, he was the only one with red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike was in trouble. I
Yeah.
wasn't getting him at all.
I'm doing better than usual tonight.
I feel sorry for you guys. You just can't get rid of me. Mine's always green.
You're like the virus.
You've been green for a long time.
What are you on? Are you on cable internet, Steve?
Yeah, and I always had a bad signal until you got me to get that new Netgear router.
That router.
Thing. Now it's mine works really good now. I don't know, but this router just pairs with my
They wear out.
internet or something.
Yeah, I just.
Well, they wear out, and they also get they get superseded. You know, technically superseded by new stuff too, I guess.
Yeah, I just got a new one too, but the cable company supplied it, and I had my own router, using it with the cable company one, and it turned out my router was giving me a weaker signal, so I just disconnected it and used the one from the cable company.
Yeah, I don't. You know, that's the only thing I can think of is that this one here is running at the right bandwidth. They're running something a whole lot better than what the other one did.
And then I bought those little hexagon-looking boosters to put in the basement and in the other where there's a weak signal, and that seems to help a lot.
Oh, the USB amplifiers. Do they work good?
Yes, yeah, it's working.
They're kind of like a repeater or something, huh?
No, you plug them in the wall.
Yeah, no, but they must somehow be a repeater. They get the signal and boost
That's
it.
exactly. Yeah, that's what it is, Steve. It's a repeater.
You have to lock into the into the cable account on your phone and then activate them.
Oh, okay. What happened to Dennis?
He just dropped out.
Same thing with John. I see John's dropped out now too.
No, John said he was leaving.
John said goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John said he was leaving.
Guys, it's Mike. I'm back, but I turned my camera off because I'm having.
What are you working on right now, Tryon?
Me? Oh, nothing. We had a little incident on flying with,
I got you, Mike.
Alex had his first good smash, so I'm looking at it over. It's not big. It's just.
It happens.
Yeah. It's okay. What I'm sorry about is he's the only one that I have, so that's that.
How do you put another one together?
Did it devastate him, or how did
we do?
No, he was fine. I mean, he was like he was talking about, how we crashed. I gave him a big hug, it was fine. No,
It's good.
That's
good.
Expectable.
That's all that matters.
Well, guys,
Samantha,
it happens.
I'm going to drop out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hey, good seeing you, Al.
Yep.
Al, good night.
Good night.
Okay. Have a good night.
Yep.
Good to see you, Al. Take it easy.
And stay safe.
Yeah. Samantha's first crash was at Brodak. And she comes up to me and she just starts bawling. She goes, "I'm devastated. That was my favorite plane." I'm like, "It was your only plane. It had to be your favorite one."
That's kind of what Naomi did the first time too. It was my favorite airplane. Well, you don't have another one.
That would have been your favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told her there at Brodak. There's no crying in control line flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've been crying ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, if I cried every time I smashed up an airplane, I'd be crying a lot.
Yeah. Hey, did my video come through at least with the hand launch gliders? My connection was really bad.
Yeah. That's when we saw it.
Okay.
Then it just went to hell, Mike.
I know. I had to turn my camera off because I don't know what's going on here with my internet again, but I heard somebody ask about what do I use for nose weight or something, and then it all got garbled. But typically,
that's right.
I put clay on the nose, find out where they balance, and then I like to cut up pennies and epoxy those to it a little bit less than the clay, and then just use a little bit of clay to trim them out all the way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have them real close with something glued on and then just use clay. Because some of these, man, you end up with such a big gob of clay on the front, they look ridiculous to balance them out. So
I didn't realize you'd need that much.
Sometimes, yeah, you do. It just depends. Sometimes they can end up with a pretty big gob of clay on them. So I'd rather epoxy something close to get them to balance, and then just use clay to fine tune it a little bit. So,
I was on Mike. I was on Horizon Hobbies today, and I was looking at FSM airplanes, and they have a hand launch like that for $8, and it's EPO foam and stuff, and it has a full airfoil wing. I wondered how that thing would actually fly for $8. But if you get a chance, you can get on Horizon and look at it. But I thought about getting one.
I know the one.
Put the link on.
About. let me turn my camera on for a second and tell me if this is what it is. Does it look like this? This kind of fuselage?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay. They're $8 or $10. They sell them in the hobby shop everywhere, but the
Yeah.
problem is when they hit the ground, the wings always break off them.
Oh.
Sam and I, we've had like 20 of these things, but it doesn't stop me from
Hey, you're
buying.
alive again.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long it lasts. I buy one of these pretty much every time I go in the hobby shop because they're $8 or $9. But you know, he hucks them pretty hard, and if he doesn't get a good chuck on them, and they come down like this, the wing just breaks in half. And we epoxy them back together. Yeah, they're worth $8, but they're not any long time flyer
Oh,
or
okay.
anything like that. They don't glide. They don't glide like this. This thing, man, if you huck it, dude, you can get a 50 or 55-second flight out of one of these if you huck it good enough. And if you catch a thermal with it in a big enough field, you'll get a 2 or 3 minute flight with it. And you know, I've lost these when I was a kid. I've actually lost these by hucking them hard enough and catching a thermal, and they just fly out of sight.
We got Samantha one, something like that. But hers had a little notch, and you could take a rubber band, and that damn thing would really go.
That's a catapult glider, and the Thermic 20 actually has a really good finger hold right here in the back.
Oh, okay.
And you can huck this hard where it'll go. You can send this thing 100 feet with a good. It'll go 100 feet, and then the idea is as it gets to the top, it rolls out and then flies level and just circles. You know.
Yeah.
Catapult glider, you can send them to like 100.
Yeah, catapult gliders.
Wow. You know what? I just remembered.
Yeah.
I got a sack full of catapult gliders in the shop. That's something I can play with this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, catapult gliders are typically smaller though than a hand launch glider. You don't want to catapult something this big.
No.
This Maxi, this only has a 10-inch wingspan. This makes a good catapult glider. There's the finger hold for it if you're hand launching it. So
Yeah.
you can hand launch
Yes, they are,
one,
yeah.
But this, you can also put,
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one of hers because she was, I don't know,
smaller wings.
Yeah, it was. It looked like
What's
that.
what's the wingspan on that, Mike?
But it worked real well until the wind caught it because it was circling in, and the wind caught it, and it caught a tip and cartwheeled, and that pretty much done it in.
Well, I'm going to get my sack of catapult gliders out this weekend. They're styrofoam. I think I got about 5 of them in a bag out in the shop, and play with them. I got a whole stack of brand new rubber bands too.
Oh shit!
Guys, I'm going to say goodnight.
Okay.
Okay, Troy.
All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, have a good weekend. It's going to be nice down our way this weekend. Be in the 70s and 80s, I think. 80s on Sunday, maybe.
We hit 20 degrees today. Dropped down to 20.
What you said? You got up to how much today? How high?
20 degrees. 20. But the ice is not. Ice just left today, even though it was cold.
Everything went silent.
Everybody's got something.
You're gonna pick every piece of that up.
Yeah,
I got show and tell too.
Yeah, this
here.
What do you
this
got,
is a
Rusty?
Graupner. It flew really nice.
That looks neat.
What do you got, Rusty?
I got my engineering pen. That's what I call it. But let's see. It's got well, at the top of it is a stylus. But if you roll it around, it's got 2 rulers. It's got a metric and an imperial ruler, and it's got a bubble level. I guess you can't,
Oh,
well, you can
nice.
sort of see it, bubble level right there. And then if you unscrew the stylus end, you've got a number 0 Phillips and same size little flat blade screwdriver, which is and it's magnetic too. And I was shopping before Christmas, and I've got a niece who was graduating in mechanical engineering from Clemson, and so I saw these little pins, and I thought, hey, that's engineer stuff, and so I figured since she was going to be an engineer, I'd get her one. Then I looked at it; everything's $1, so I like stuck my arm out and raked the whole damn shelf into the buggy, all kinds of different colors and everything. So I gave all the nieces and nephews engineering pins for Christmas, and I kept a fistful of them myself. This is my favorite one, but my puppy chewed both of the aluminum ends off of it and gnarled it all up. But so I took another one and it sacrificed all the parts off of it to put mine back together. It's got a couple of puppy teeth marks on it, but hey, the level is level. It fits tight onto my pocket with the clip, and the little screwdriver has already come in handy a couple of times. I haven't really had to bubble level anything, but I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
What you got there, Steve? Oh, he's got a level on his phone.
It's called Bubble. This thing, I don't know if I can make it go to the, there it is in a circle. This thing works.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that app.
It works so nice. I'm like, when I do the tail of my airplane and stuff, I'll set that on there. And you can't believe how nice you can shim and move everything.
There's an app for that.
Yeah.
If you got, hey, Steve, if you got the Swiss Army knife for Android, the Android Army knife on your phone, it's got a bubble level like that. And so I think I've got a level program with a bunch of different levels in it, but yeah, it's got that and a bunch of other things that are handy. And yeah, it's Android Army knife is what it's called.
Yeah, this is just called Bubble. And on my other phone, I got it. Well, I was always at a place that had a tool and die shop. So I went in there on their table that's supposed to be perfectly flat and level that they check everything on. So I set my phone on there and calibrated it. And you could go in degrees and all, it was so cool. This one I haven't, I calibrated it on my kitchen cabinet, actually. I got a level and found a place where everything was good, and I set it there, but I'd like to get back into a tool and die shop and really get something that's level.
Nice, yeah.
And calibrate it. But yeah, that works nice because you can set it on its side.
I've got a machinist level somewhere around here that I never can remember. It's probably it's probably a nice, expensive piece of equipment, but it's left over from the days when my dad ran a machine shop. And
if you got one of them, you get something level, then you could put your phone on it and calibrate it.
Yeah, I need to find that. That's not something that ought to be lost.
Yeah. But I use that thing for when I do the airplane to level a wing, stuff like that. I mean, it works great.
Wow, that's very interesting. I have to check that out.
I've got several bar levels, but I don't trust any of them. Just the bar bubble levels, the I-beam bubble levels. I bought an aluminum, and when I got it at the dollar store too, and came home and the damn thing's bowed. So I'm like, damn, what am I supposed to do with a bowed bubble level?
What do you expect? What do you expect?
A lot of help that's gonna do you.
I got a good deal on this level.
I don't think I've ever used a level on a model airplane yet that I can recall.
No.
No
I've
wonder
used
none
one
of
at
them
the
fly
straight edge,
anything.
and I've taped sandpaper. I've taped sandpaper to the edge of one before. You know, a long, about a 2 foot long one. You know,
What,
sanding
to a
that
level?
trailing edge.
Oh,
Yeah, down.
Huh?
nice. Whatever it takes.
But
I cut
I
off.
always just, check to see if with the engine and stuff like that, if, it's at 0. Like I said, you can change that to 0, put it on your engine bearers and all that kind of stuff to make sure everything is
Yeah.
0.
You know what I did? I've got a carpenter's level, and it throws a straight or any direction you want, but I set it to horizontal and put it across the shop and shine it down my center line and the whatever datum lines on the plane, and I have to dim the lights, but then I can walk right up to the plane, and look and see exactly, mark it if I have to, and that works pretty good. I enjoy using my laser for something. That's the only real use that I've ever used it for, though. But setting the incidents or yeah, I don't use incidents for anything, but that's a good way to check it.
Yeah. I was at
The only
Harbor Freight and got one of these damn drywall levels or whatever, laser ones. And I tried to use it for an airplane. It would work, but I'd have to but it'll throw a line,
Yeah.
so you can see that everything is level.
Yeah, mine sits on
The
a
only thing I
tripod. It's kind of
use,
a pain in the ass, but it works.
Only thing
What'd
you
you
use
say?
is
I have a 4-foot level, and
Oh,
I have
okay.
a 4-foot level, and the only thing I use it for is for leveling the workbench, mostly.
Yeah.
Like I
And you
put
just
it on
measure
top
off
of the
of everything.
workbench, and if I can see, yeah,
Even
I make
yeah,
sure my workbench is perfectly flat. So what I do is I
it,
put the 4-foot level up there. If there's anywhere where I can see between the level and the flatness of that bench from one end to the other, no matter where I move it on the bench, then I
I
have to
take the
make
corner.
adjustments.
I take the corner of a piece of paper on a notepad and go down it with the point, trying to slightly push it underneath the level as I go down. And if it slides under it, then I know I got a low spot that I need to shim. Even on the glass, I got a shower door, and it looks just
Yeah,
like windy glass actually, but
that's right.
it's I hadn't measured it. I don't know if it's 5/16 or it ain't 3/8, but anyway, it bows. The table bows, and the glass will too if I don't shim it up. So that's a royal pain in the ass to get it shimmed
See,
and get it.
I used to have a table that bowed too. Yeah, I used to have a table that bowed too, but I gave up on that, and I built a table out of Russian birch plywood. Like I guess it's about 12 or 13
Yeah,
laminations, and had it all cut on a table saw, and then put it all together, and it's flat. And
this
then I
was
just
my
put drywall
19.
over top of that.
This was my circa 1980 hot rod building table, and so it's had engine blocks on it and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
I got
Yeah, I decided to
my building table
go
is
ahead.
probably a 1950 or so steel case table. I don't know if you guys knew what steel case is, but they were
Yeah,
a
I know steel
furniture
cases.
maker. And
Okay.
Right.
I bought this old, well, no, I take it back. My aunt gave it to me. And I brought it home, and it took 2 of us to carry the damn thing in. I thought my fingers were going to break off. This table is so heavy, made out of steel. I measured that top, and that thing is still perfectly flat.
that's cool.
It has like a 3/4 inch. I don't know. I guess it's steel with rubber on it. But yeah, I mean, I leveled up the legs to get the table level and everything. Put a line across it, and then I just stuck this kind of drywall on top of it so I can pin things down.
Yeah,
But
That's right.
yeah, I put drywall on top
Drywall's
of
great
mine
on a
too.
perfectly flat
Yeah,
table.
yeah. My table's 3/4 inch, 4x8 3/4 inch marine ply, surrounded with 2x4s and then stands on 4x4s with cross braces underneath it. 2x4 cross braces. It's a good table. One leg gets wet when the shop floods. I don't like that. But
Yeah, I had back when I was at my old house, when I was first building this stuff, I got a third of a full-size billiard table, the slate.
oh, that's good.
Right.
So I figured,
That'll
well,
work.
I got my table with cork and stuff on it, you know, so I can pin things to. And I'm like, I'll just get this and I'll set that on the table, and then I'll have something really hard. Well, hell, I couldn't pick it up by myself.
No,
So
you
I
couldn't.
had to get a friend to come over and put it on, and then I had to get a friend to come over and take it off. Finally, I just said, screw it. I set it on the floor, and when I did foam wings and stuff, I just weighted everything down there on the floor. But it was a good idea. I just wasn't strong enough to lift up inch-thick slate and put on the bench.
No, you aren't.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
pool table,
That's heavy.
and it has 3 pieces of slate. And
Yeah.
every time we have to move to a different house, I've had to move those slate slabs. They are a bagger, and they weigh a lot. Getting
Yeah.
them up and down the stairs just about killed me a couple of times.
Well, we got it from a doctor friend that got tired of moving it. He goes, you want this, you can have
Yeah.
it. I'm getting rid of this damn pool table. Every time we move, I got to call a mover in to. So we all went and got a piece. One of the guys who got a piece, he tried to do something, dropped it, and broke his bench. Smashed it, hit the floor.
Lucky he didn't break his toe.
Yeah.
How many YouTubers
I've
do we have,
wrestled
Rusty?
those.
I think we only got about 10 right now. 11. One more just popped in as I was talking.
Damn.
And I just posted a note on the chat box that said, "You guys are quiet. Anybody still out there?" Then I typed "sound off." So we'll see if anybody sounds off. You guys show me some hands. Who's still out there?
Rusty, how'd you like the drone flying tonight, buddy?
I thought that was excellent. I made sure everybody knew what was going on.
Hell, Mike, if the stunt community find out you got a drone, they'll kick you right out of Pampa.
Oh, you know what?
I'm not a Pampa member. I don't have to worry about that because
Oh.
I'm not a Pampa member.
Yeah, I'm not either. I got my AMA license in the mail today, and they only give you one sticker now. You'd think for $75 they'd at least give you 2 stickers, but it's the ugliest motherfucking sticker. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. It's the
Next
ugliest.
year they're not going to give you any, Rusty. The way to go.
It's bronze. It's bronze. I wonder if Bob Hunt had something to do with that. I was hoping he was going to be on so I could complain to him about it. That's it. Charles has got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Next
might
year
work
they
if
probably
it's
won't give you any, Rusty.
It's shiny. What'd you say?
Next year they probably won't give you any.
Everybody get their bronze stickers out and have it. So when Bob gets on again, we'll tell him we'll trade him for an airplane wing he makes for us.
I don't think he'd go for that.
Well, I
got one reply to my sound off. I got one reply to my sound off. Dennis B says, "Just watching."
Just watching.
So thanks, Dennis. So, we got one person that will talk to us anyway.
We're all kind of.
What are you working on, Mike?
What'd you say?
I said I think we're all kind of sleepy on here tonight.
I asked Mike what he was working on.
I'm not. I'm jacked tonight.
I should have more building time now. I just got
Nice.
What's
Looks
it
good.
for?
Nice job.
Galaxy Wing.
Oh,
Putting
Galaxy.
the,
Okay.
Galaxy wing. Yeah. Looks
center
sharp.
seating on the Galaxy Wing, and I got the fused silk span. Put some silk span on the
Nice.
fuse down. The rudder and elevator.
Good
is
job.
ready to go. I'm making I'm doing the last sheeting where the push rod comes out.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to sand the wing and glue it in the fuse. So
Man, you got it
Yeah.
going on. Did you try to say
that's
something,
why I
Tom?
was asking where.
Oh.
That's why I was asking where Dennis went, because he asked me about the Galaxy last Monday. Because I was going gangbusters on it there for a couple of live chats, and then I'd stop. So today I got back on it, so I'd have something to show Dennis, and but I didn't get a chance to show him before he peeled out of here tonight. So
Yeah, I
Monday
had
night,
questions.
by Monday it should be glued in the fuse and covered. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, what I
Yeah,
was
I had
going
a
to say is
question for
I
Alex
got
tonight. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
I should have more building time now because at work today I got notified that I have mandatory furlough, unpaid furlough for the next 4 weeks.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That sucks.
Well, one thing about it is that they'll pay you probably on the furlough because they'll get money back from the government. But I'd file for unemployment.
Yeah, I did that today,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
along with a million other people probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay.
You
I gotta
still
get up
working?
early for
Right.
all
work.
right.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Leonard,
Thanks for dropping
Leonard,
in.
are you still
Yeah.
working, or they got you furloughed or laid
Yep.
off or whatever?
No, I'm working. Still
Okay.
working.
So Canada didn't
You're in a
shut
Working at the
grocery
grocery
store, aren't
store.
you?
Yeah,
You work
working
in a
at the
grocery
grocery
store,
store
don't
and trying to stay away from everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no
You a
shit.
stalker? Are you a stalker? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I stock produce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naomi told me that's how she met him. He's a stalker. I mean, a stalker.
Oh, nice.
No, he's a K-77.
You guys
Isn't he a
are too much.
K-77? He's not a stalker.
Yeah.
Nah, I got a K-77, not a stalker. Not yet. Maybe in a couple of years I'll be a stalker guy, but not yet.
Oh, very good. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Len. Good to talk to you again.
Hey, we'll see you Monday.
Yeah, you
Len.
too, Mike. Guys,
Yeah, man.
everybody take it
Fair
easy.
winds, tight lines.
Yeah, stay healthy,
man.
guys.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
getting up now,
Will
right?
do.
When your video and everything is working good.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. It's working
Good night.
perfect
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Mike's
Yeah.
moving again. Everybody's moving, and I'm leaving. See you
Yeah.
guys.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been the most successful show with audio and video we've had in a while tonight.
Yeah. It's been nice. Oh. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
When you do your sheeting like that, that last piece on the bottom is hard. I always do mine before I glue them in. I'll draw the angle with a pencil and get them to fit. And then start at the top and work down and then just trim the straight side and it'll go in that damn V. Because I have a hell of a time trying to match that V. That's being the last one.
No, I start at the leading edge. I do the top and then the bottom, the top, then the bottom in the center, then the bottom in the back. But I do it like if you were decking a porch or doing a fence. I'll do the bottom piece at the trailing edge, angle, and cut it short, and then put a short splice in between that one and the next full sheet.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
Doesn't
well,
make
I can
sense
show
to me
you.
yet.
Yeah.
I did it on this one. And the bottom's already
Yeah.
done, and I've already got some putty in there. So that dark spot, 3 inches, that's a full 3 inches.
Oh, okay.
That's about 2.5, 2 3/4. And then there's a splice. You always hide the short one in the middle, like you do on a fence or a porch.
Yeah.
You know, if you got
Yeah, because that
you never
double
put
angle,
your
man,
short
that's hard to
piece
get
right
that
at the
sanded so
end,
it
man.
fits good in there. But
Well, what I do, man, I line it up on here. I line it up like that. I put the trailing edge of this piece of balsa right here, and then mark
Right.
there and there, and cut it, and then drop it in, and then if I gotta sand it or move it, I'm gonna move it down anyway, so that I'm putting this piece in last.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Huh.
that's what I do. I don't know what other people would do or what the best way to do it is, but I'll I'll cut that angle, and if I screw it up, I'll just use another piece till I get a good angle and a flush fit. You know, but I use the hobby light in there for if it's off a little bit, put a little hobby light, dribble a little CA in it, and that hardens it up and stiffens it up, fills the gap.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I'm trying to go for this is going to be a 21-point finish on this one, so I'm trying to get real nice
21
joints on
point.
it.
Wow.
Man, I can't wait to see that,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, well, it is a Brodak Galaxy profile for Sam, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the best I can with it. Try to get 21 with it.
Yeah, he just once he sees mine, then he's gonna rub it in and shit. Look at mine, I got a 21.
Oh, if this thing lasts through the summer, I'll be happy, man. The way he's going, we'll see.
Yeah,
We're probably gonna go fly. I think Sunday we're gonna try to drive down to Huntsville and fly with Ty Marcucci and those guys down there.
well,
I talked to him on
Oh,
the
very cool.
today. So we're gonna see if we can't get down to Huntsville on Sunday and fly with those guys. They're flying in a stadium where they have all the high school football and basketball games. I guess they fly in the parking lot down. To fly in the parking lot. So we'll get out and do that.
Well, I went to my
probably hit the
park
RC
today.
field tomorrow. Go fly some RC planes.
I went to my park today, and they said that I couldn't park my vehicle. The park is open, but you can't bring your vehicles in there. And that pretty much did me in. And I guess that's what they're doing in San Diego. They're saying the park is open, but you can't drive into the park.
What's the thought process on that?
Yeah, I don't know. What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, I guess they can't tell you that you can't use the park, so they just make it so it's inconvenient. You have to park outside the park and then walk in.
That's crazy. I'll be
saying
right.
The park's open, but you can't drive in there. You can't park. So
are the city buses still running? They were last time I checked in Columbia, but I don't know how it is everywhere else.
yeah, I've seen city buses lately. Saw one yesterday. So they're still working.
Well, Charles, how far would it be for you to walk your stuff in from the entrance to where you have to fly?
So far that I would be exhausted.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're lucky. I don't know if you were on earlier tonight when I said it, but both the RC clubs we belong to, they're still open. The fields are open, and we can fly control line at both of them. So we haven't been shut out yet.
Wow, it's great. Yeah, it was really weird because I had no idea I couldn't fly until today, and I was just like, oh no, now this is reality. It really set in. I was like, oh,
What?
that's messed up. Now I really,
Well, it kind of looks like Tennessee's got their handle on shit a little bit there. I mean, Michigan is just screwed with Detroit.
I've been I have not tuned into the local news or Googled anything in Tennessee, county by county, to see what's going on. Um, I mean, we have the social distancing. They're essential employees, that stuff. But the restaurants are open,
right.
the grocery stores are open, the gas stations are open. But they're not putting the hammer down and like ticketing people or stuff like that. They did close the Tennessee state parks just today. They closed the parks till April 14th, so you can't go to any state park. But the lakes are all still open. Our lakes fall under Tennessee Wildlife Resources. Now the marinas are closed, and the restaurants and the bars are closed on the lake. But all public boat ramps are open. You can launch a boat and get out on the water and on the lake, but all the facilities on the lake where people would gather are closed. So uh, we're thinking about getting the boat out early, this year, so we can get out on the water at least. Because we're going nuts here too at the house. We've been stuck at the house. Other than me and Sam going to the RC field by ourselves and me making one trip to the grocery store, my wife hasn't left the house in 2 weeks. She's been working from home. My daughter hasn't left. Sam hasn't left other than to go flying with me. So we got to have something to do. So at least the lakes and the waterways are open. And I mean, I think that's pretty safe if you go out on your boat with your family and the people you live with and you're not interacting with other people.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty safe thing to do. And at least it'll
Yeah, I would
get out
imagine
of
so.
the lunch like we usually do and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know what the numbers are in Tennessee, but I don't think they're as bad as where they are in the rest of the country.
Well, you guys kind of went up fast and then leveled off. It's not going as fast. I mean, we were doing real good on this side of the state. We had a lot of cases, but only one death. And then for Kent County, where I live, because I live like 1 mile before you get out of the county. But now that we got 40 here, I mean, it just jumped from 59 to 99 in one day. So it looked like we had a lot, but it's all right here in this little town at that assisted living and nursing home.
If I had to guess, like I said, I haven't watched the local stuff, and I should know this, but I don't. But if I had to guess, I would think the spikes in Tennessee would be Memphis, Nashville, Chattanooga, and Knoxville, which are the four biggest cities in Tennessee. But I'm one county south of downtown Nashville, so
Yeah.
I would think our numbers are a lot lower in our county than Davidson County, where downtown Nashville is. And the same for Memphis, Knoxville, and Chattanooga. It seems to be all the big city centers are the ones that have the high concentration. And where I live, south of Nashville, it's pretty rural down here. There isn't any big city or big concentration of people.
Yeah, only place I see
We've been doing our part.
In the middle south was Louisville. Is getting hammered now. Is getting hammered.
We just had ice out today on our lake.
Yeah.
And it was really cold. It was 20, got down to 20 degrees today, but it's still, ice still went out. I think we had a pretty warm yesterday. I think it just kept melting from yesterday.
Now, are you going to get the snow that's coming up? They said 10 inches in North Dakota and stuff.
Yeah, we had some snow today. And we're supposed to get some more, but I don't think we're supposed to get 10 inches.
Okay. Yeah, I hear for the next week it's supposed to be in the 50s. I thought it hit us, but it must not be coming east far enough or something. Must be the jet stream is just swooping in west of us enough to keep it warmer.
It was 80 degrees.
I'm just
here.
looked up South Carolina. Go ahead.
Oh, it was 80 degrees here today. It was beautiful. We had a gorgeous day.
Yeah,
It's
we have
going to be
nice.
cooler than that here. It's going to be 70s tomorrow and 80 on Sunday.
Yeah, we were 60.
Sorry about that. I got a video going by accident.
We got 62 here today, and then it's going to be in the 50s for the rest of the week. But even that's not too bad.
I was just looking at, I accidentally started a video. That's what that was. But I was looking at South Carolina's COVID numbers. We've had 1,554 cases and 34 deaths in the state.
Well, I'll say one thing about the United States. We got a quarter of the cases now, but our numbers of death are way down compared to other countries.
Are they?
Yeah, if you look at it, I mean, we're doing a pretty good job, kind of like Germany with the death. I don't know if our emergency rooms and shit like that are better.
Mm-hmm.
New York's doing bad, but I mean the rest of the country really is not that bad because they were.
I hope we can hold. I hope we got enough supplies. That's the main thing is getting supplies that are needed. So I hope that holds out. I hope the warm weather puts a dent in this, and then we won't have to talk about it on the airplane show anymore.
Yeah, there's something to talk about. I was staying safe.
Yeah, I know. I try to stay away from it, but it's kind of hard to miss.
Well, I'm just looking, want everybody to stay safe and stuff like that. So when the contests open back up, we can fly together again.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's just a deal. It's a bitch staying in, but it's like I gave Mike shit about going to Florida, and I will if he goes someplace else because I want to see him and Sam at a contest. It's not that I think I know everything or whatever. It's just I want to see everything get back to normal. Holy shit!
No shit.
I was planning on finally coming down to Joe Nall. I'd saved money to do that, and I was looking forward to that. I mean, today I was looking forward to Toledo. I had all these plans, and it's like everything's went to hell.
Yeah, it's right as hell.
It's
I've been working on my smoothie.
Yeah.
My smoothie that I thought was a Nobler for the last 40 years.
Very good.
It's coming along. It should be coming along a lot faster now that I won't be working.
We're hoping to see Tom one of these days, and get that damn dog sled going and get his ass down there where it's a little warmer. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to, see people. I mean, I thought I was going to get to see you, Rusty, at Joe and all, and hopefully by then, we're hoping that you were going to be able to fly again.
There was a lot of people I was planning to meet for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, we had a blast there when we were, you came all the way up to North Carolina and stuff, and I was like, well, shit, we can hang out down there to Joe and all and have a good time, and everybody knows I'm not a flyer, but I can bullshit with the best of them.
Really?
Yes, you can. Well, Tom, I think you're taking a page out of my book, man. I have time to build even without this coronavirus going around. I do have time to build, but I find excuses not to do it. But since we've been stuck home for the last 3 weeks, it's just lit a fire under my ass, and I'm building everything I can get my hands on. I'm trying to, you know, finish up this Galaxy. I'm gonna get my SV going. I looked at a kit of the glider the other day, and I started building one, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build 6. As long as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm just gonna build 6 of them. So that's kind of where I'm at, just building, building, building. Who knows when we're going to be able to go to a contest and all get together and fly again. Just look at that kit stash and start building shit. I'm going to pull a couple of rubber powered models down and start those next too.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some rubber stuff.
Well, yeah, you can get both kids out and throw around rubber power and hand launch and stuff like that, just to get the kids out of the house and in a park or something for them to do. I mean,
exactly.
they can,
plus it's fun. I've built a little rubber power stuff and a few hand launch gliders for Sam as he's been growing up. But I built tons of this stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was always building a rubber powered model or a hand launch glider. Every week I was coming home from the hobby shop with another kit from Dad, and I spent hours doing that, just hours.
Yeah.
Damn, it looks like I'm frozen. I just got back to the computer.
Yeah, you are.
Were we talking to each other a minute ago, Steve, about meeting people at the contest?
Yeah.
Because I was off camera then, so
yeah, you're frozen, but we can hear you really good, Rusty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm restarting the camera.
Tom's frozen too here at my end.
What's that, Gary?
So Tom's frozen at my end too.
Oh, yep, there he goes again. He's waving his hands.
He's still alive.
That's that 20-degree weather in Minnesota. That's what freezes me here.
Oh, is it?
Hey, have you started on that Randy Smith arc you bought there, Mike?
Say again?
Have you started on that ARP of yours? That Randy Smith SV11?
No, it's sitting right there. That's the next thing after I get this Galaxy mocked up.
Cool.
Once I get the wing glued in and get the covering on it, I can let this sit because I've got that Junior Magician 15 that we're going to donate to the beginner prize table at the Nat. That one's all covered and in clear dope, ready for paint. But I'm going to do the Galaxy, get it covered and in clear dope, ready for paint, because I'm going to shoot them both at the same time.
Yeah.
So once the Galaxy is at that point, then I'll get on the SV11R. Yeah.
Cool.
And then the Tom Vector 40 is next after that. If I don't get distracted by some more rubber kits. Bye, Charles. Take it easy.
See you later, Charles.
Yeah. Charles. Glad you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay that way.
Yeah.
No more earthquakes.
Really?
He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this year is going to be pretty screwed for everybody seeing each other, but who knows? Maybe in the fall of the year, I'll take a damn trip down to Tennessee and then hook over to South Carolina and end up in Florida and shit like that.
Right. Hey, we could go fly over at Watts Field. He's got a pilot's bunkhouse above his shop.
Oh, okay.
It's got enough beds to hold a whole contest worth of pilots up there. Well, it'll hold the whole expert crowd anyway. But
yeah, because I want to see. I know you're getting physically better and stuff, and it's like, damn, I want to see you flying again and get out there and get going. I'm good for launching and shit and walking out lines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Planes, I can go along. I crash real well.
Yeah, I do that too. Mike, I think, has witnessed me crash real well.
The Nats is happening, man. I think the Nats is gonna happen.
I'd like to hope so, because I got a place to stay with John Paris. He bought a camper this year. Because he said,
Maybe the hot weather.
man, you can't get no rooms and shit like that. I said, yeah, I heard that. I said, I'm lucky that a good friend of mine just bought a camper. He goes, oh shit, that's right, I did, didn't I? I said, yeah.
Maybe the hot weather will put a dent in this damn virus. I hope so.
I think they're going to come up with a way to test to see if you had it. And once that happens, I think a lot more people has had this than knows it.
I wonder if I had it. I had a strange cold back in February, but I did not have fever though. So, you know.
Well, I still say I had it when I got there in Ann Arbor. I mean, that's where the big thing in Michigan's at now. But that's when I was so sick, you know.
That's right. You were.
Yeah, I mean, I had that damn dry cough I couldn't get rid of.
This is, beginning to sound like Woodstock, though. Everybody, you know, saying,
yeah.
I had COVID. I don't know. We just don't know. Maybe they'll find a way to where we can know. But
well, they said that, you know, like they're figuring 20 to 40% of the people are getting it and don't even know they had it. And then you get all these people with mild stuff, and it's really only that 20%. Well, if you think if we got 200,000 that's been tested because they're that sick, that's only 20% of the people who've had it. So shit, that means there's over, you know, 1 million people that's already had it that don't know it or whatever. So I think once they can find out, shit's going to get back to normal fast. You know,
hope you're right.
Yeah,
you're right about
I just think that they're going to find out that a whole lot more people had it. It was kind of like the flu or a cold. They get over it, you don't even know it. You know, I know people die every year of the flu, but I've never been to the hospital when I've had the flu. You know, one time I thought I should have went, but I didn't, and then I started feeling better. But you know, I hear all these deaths from the flu, but I've never even met anybody who's went to the hospital when they had the flu.
I've had the flu a bunch of times, but I've never been to the hospital. But that wouldn't be true now. I doubt if I'd survive the flu now, but still, it's a nasty little disease. It's not nearly as communicative. I forget the right word as COVID. It's harder to catch the flu than it is to catch COVID, evidently.
Yeah, that's what makes it so easy to catch. That you know, they say that 10 times more people have it than been proven to have it or whatever. So I mean, that would make it that we have like 2.5 million people that's had this, but we only know.
Have you seen that color composite electron micrograph of the COVID virus? It looks like a ball of roses or something.
Yeah.
You would get it at a florist shop.
I know, it looks like someone printed it out on a 3D printer. It makes
That too,
it kind of pretty, you know, and it's like, damn, that thing kind of looks kind of cool, but it'll damn sure kill you. I guess some little things on there are hooks or something. That's how it gets down in.
That's what I was thinking it might be too. It's keys. That's its ring of keys.
Yeah. Yeah, we all just stay safe, stay building. And
viruses are like machines, you know, like nano machines. And we don't know where they came from either. That's strange. Part of the universe.
Yeah, we just get everybody, you know, keep everybody safe, and then we're all back at it again. And hopefully,
actually, viruses are nothing but free genetic material.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I know they're not. You know, a virus ain't alive, and it's like
it's hard to distinguish. That's where we get to where is it alive or is it strictly mechanical? You know, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand viruses that much, and you know, Boy, that was shocking tonight about John's wife. Holy shit, I felt so bad asking him after I did that.
He and I were the only ones present when I asked him how he was doing, and when he said not good, I said, is it your wife?" And he said, "Yeah." And so, yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, really. I mean, I felt
Wife, best
terrible
friend,
after, but
wife, best friend. I mean, damn.
yeah, my aunt turned 100 yesterday.
Holy shit, that's old.
She missed the Spanish flu by a year, and now she's lived through this so far. But the last great pandemic. But yeah, I remember my grandma talking about that. How many people died that they knew with that Spanish flu during the First World War.
1918.
Yeah.
And a lot of the soldiers brought it back with them, and there were several things that regenerated it as it would start to subside, and then I can't remember the details. I heard about the history of it, but yeah, so many people traveling, the soldiers and all traveling from foreign countries and all over the world and coming back home, and it was a mess.
Well, they said it started in Kansas, and they figured a cook or a butcher and a cook was the first one to have it and died of it. And so many of the people there at the army base died within 3 days. But then they shipped all the guys over to Europe, but they stopped off in New York, and a bunch of people died. Then they went over there, but they said that it was actually the next year. Anyone who got it the first time, if they got it the second time, it killed them. But people who got it the first time tended not to die. And I'm like, that's weird. It seems like you'd have, but they said it mutated. And but people that didn't die the first time with it, if they got it the second time, they died.
They said somewhere between 50 and 100 million people died from that.
It actually put a noticeable dent in the population of the world, and that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it was crazy how many people died in 2 years of that. It was like, wow. But I remember my grandma talking about it, how many people died, but they lived way out on a farm, and it was everybody in the cities and stuff that were dying of it, and
yeah,
people that had been, soldiers and stuff. I guess I had some uncles and stuff like that died of it, but my grandpa, he was only 17 when the war ended. So he didn't, he thought that he was going to be drafted, but he graduated high school and they stopped drafting because the war was over there. And
yeah, one of my grandfathers was in World War One. So
yeah. But yeah, I couldn't believe
yeah, that's right. That's what we were talking about, World War One, 1917. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my aunt turned 100 though. We had my great grandfather lived in 94 or something like that, and he was still working the farm and shit. And something happened when he fell out in the barn or something and broke his hip. Within 2 weeks, he was dead from and it's like, well, how the hell when you break your hip does that kill you? But they said it does with old people.
The breaking a hip is the kiss of death for old people. My 92-year-old grandfather was in perfect health, slipped on the ice on the steps at church, going to church on Sunday, broke his hip. He was dead a week later.
Yeah.
And he would have lived to be 100. We have no doubt. He would have lived to be 100. But a broken hip for an old person is the kiss of death.
I wonder if they get
get all
an infection or something.
Yeah, they just get infections and they're bedridden, and it's just bad, man.
When
Your
you're
bones don't
bedridden at that
like-
age, you shut down pretty quick.
Yeah, because that's what they said. My grandma had died. My great grandmother had died, and he still worked the farm, and he was in great health and stuff like that. And he fell and broke his hip, and in 2 weeks he was gone. Like,
That's
wow.
a pretty big yawn there, Gary. You gonna
Yeah.
make it?
I don't know.
When I
All your
start the
pictures
show,
is all frozen
when I
up.
start the show, I always tell them we'll be here to midnight or later. Depends on when the diehards start face planting on their keyboards.
Well, we've had
I don't know if
Len
anybody-
fall asleep, and we've had Dennis fall asleep so far. So
Yeah,
they
I've
won't
been
get
accused
Gary.
of falling. I've been accused of falling asleep, but it's never really happened.
Yeah, but yeah, you say, "Oh yeah, my screen's frozen."
Uh-huh. Yeah, my mic's not working. It wasn't working.
Yeah.
All the sound's coming through here, but everybody's frozen except me.
Oh really?
I'm getting I got a great screen right now.
Yeah.
I had to refresh mine a while ago, though, about an hour ago, because it was totally crapping out. All of my mic and camera were turning themselves
I
off
think
and
I'll
on.
refresh. And I'll be back with
Nobody's
you.
frozen on my screen.
Everybody's frozen on yours?
No, I said nobody is
Oh,
frozen.
nobody. I'll
Nobody's
refresh
frozen
mine
on
here.
mine either.
Yeah,
I'll be
that'll
back.
fix it. All right. Good luck.
I was just saying, even
Hey, Rusty,
Mike has a
think you
great
should make-
picture tonight.
What'd you say,
Rusty,
Mike?
you should make a new rule on Monday. Everyone has to have airplane pieces in their hand and be gluing shit and working on shit to be on the show.
Okay. Everybody that heard that, that's Steve, Tom, me, and you, and Gary.
I'm just saying, we should all be building. Everybody should be building something. You're sitting at your desk. Hell, you can build a stick and tissue Delta Dart while you're sitting here talking.
Okay. I will put a note. I'll
Put
write
together
about it in the at the bench thread, but I'll put a link to it in the open forum so everybody sees it.
You know, I was building tonight, and usually I have my tablet out
You know
there,
what I'll do?
but the tablet doesn't work with
Hang
8x8. It won't work with Android or
No,
something.
that's right. It won't work.
doesn't.
That's right.
Okay.
Mike,
So that
your
prevents
lips are
me
moving.
from
Hold
doing it
on.
at the shop.
I've got a challenge.
Mike, your sound is stopping on you. So, okay.
Okay. Let me turn my camera off. Is it better now?
It is much better. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera off for a minute. Here's what I'm willing to do. So everyone who's a regular on the live chat, I still have a ton of Delta Dart kits from our Boy Scout builds. I will mail every person who's a regular on the live chat a Delta Dart kit. I'll get them boxed up. I'll put them in the mail, and it'll probably take a week or two to get everybody to get theirs. But in like 2 weeks, let's all build Delta Darts while we're talking on our live chat.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Only thing is though, is that I'd have to build inside, my bedroom here.
That's
So
all right.
Bedroom.
it takes a 12 by 12 piece of foam board to build a Delta Dart. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what a Delta Dart is?
Yeah. Not really.
Okay, it's a 10-inch wingspan, rubber powered triangular kit that you build right on the plans. The plans is the covering of the airplane. It takes about 45 minutes to cut the pieces and glue it together.
I got a card table I'll put right in front of the computer.
Yeah, I can probably come up with something, but
You need a piece of Dollar Tree foam board and some pins. is all you need.
I got that.
Do you guys not know what a Delta Dart is? Have you never built one? An AMA?
I know what it is.
Okay.
I've
So what do you
never
think?
built one.
What do you think? Is that a good idea, man? We can all build Delta Dart. I got the kit.
Yeah.
I
I
got the
love it.
I'll
Yeah.
mail them out. I'll
All
mail
right.
them out. It's going to take some time to get a list together and get them packed because I got a bulk kit. I got a builder's kit of like 50 packs. So I'm going to have to find a way to mail them so that the balsa sticks don't get broken. But we'll do this. I'll get a list from Rusty. We'll get addresses. I'll get them mailed out. And then when everybody has a kit, we'll have a
Build off.
night where we all build a Delta Dart, and then the challenge will be we'll have a week. Everybody go fly their airplane, get their best flight time, and then we'll post our flight times and see who the winner is.
All right.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
All right.
Hey, Ronnie Legden just came in. Hey, Ronnie. He says he found out Joe Zingle of Zinger Props died in a plane crash in January. It was originally from here, Rutland, Vermont. Wow.
Yeah. Joe Zingali. He 80 years old, trying to take off an overloaded low wing airplane at Pomona Airport out in California. On his third,
man.
I think he was on his second or third takeoff attempt too, because he made one or two runs at it and didn't get off the ground.
What was he overloaded with?
He crashed it at the end of the runway, killed him and 3 other people, I think.
Probably just people and luggage.
And fuel.
Yeah, fuel. Yeah, I seen that in the AMA magazine.
Well, yeah, they said that, but the NTSB report, I think they said he was trying to take off downwind too.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know what? I heard something about that. I didn't realize. I didn't put all that together, though. I didn't know that's who it was.
Yeah, he was taking off downwind.
That's so crazy too, because he had all these airplanes and so many hours in the air.
Who was
Yeah.
it? Was that you, Mike, that posted on Stunthangar about it? Somebody I remember.
did.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But Steve, you know, man, a lot of these pilots, man, they think, oh, I can take off downwind with a 16-mile-an-hour tailwind. Well, not when you got 4 people on there and a bunch of luggage and an underpowered low wing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just they get. I've been doing this for years. I can do it. I can get away with it. That's what it's pilot error, man. They just get big heads and they go with it. You know.
Yeah, it's like my buddy always said, there's old pilots and bold pilots, but not no old bold pilots.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, we got a guest, but the camera ain't on. I don't know who that is.
That's Mike.
That's me. I turned my camera off so I can talk.
Oh, okay.
Let me try turning it back on. We'll see if I start freezing up again.
Oh, I see it moved you up when Gary got back on.
Did it?
Yeah, that was why. It's like, well, how did you get up there?
Gary, did reboot and fix your problem?
I had to go completely down. Start
Oh, yeah,
completely over.
reboot the computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike, what's your email address?
My email address?
Yeah.
MLONDKE @yahoo.com.
Okay, thanks.
And that's Mike Lima Oscar November Delta Kilo Echo @yahoo.com.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Ronnie Layden concurs with your is what you said about taking off, getting too big in your head and thinking you can take off just because you're so good at it.
Yeah.
You know what the signature under my posts on Stunthangers and on Cox Engine Forum both say? Never ever think about how good you are at something while you're doing it.
That's for sure. Well, guys, it's 1 o'clock. I'll see everybody Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, we're not going to stay up till 4 a.m.
Hell no, I'm too old, Mike. You keep me up too late, and then the dog still wakes me up at damn 6 in the morning. Like last
What's
time,
the
I go to
latest?
bed at 4. The dog wakes me up at 6, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
What's the latest y'all have ever been on?
What's that?
We did that. It hurt you so bad, you're never going to do it again.
That's why I don't drink anymore, because I can't handle hangovers.
What is the latest y'all have ever been on after I've shut down here?
Me and Mike till 4 in the morning.
Steve?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, four in the morning Steve's time. It was 3 in the morning my time. Yeah.
Your sound's going again, Mike. You need to cut your camera back off.
Okay, camera's off. Can you hear me?
Yeah. John stayed on till about 2 o'clock my time, and then me and Mike stayed on another 2 hours after that.
Yeah, we did. We had it all figured out too, man. We solved all the problems in America and across the world. Did you write that shit down, Steve? Did you write that stuff down? Because
I forgot, but I figured nobody would listen to us anyway.
Yeah. We had it all figured out, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, we're gonna do this Delta Dart build, Rusty.
All right.
It's gonna take a few weeks to put this together and get everybody's info and get the kits mailed out. But we're gonna do a live build of a rubber-powered free flight that's so easy. A 7-year-old can build it by themselves in like 2 hours. I can slam one out in 45 minutes, man. Like in 45 minutes.
I'll start putting a list together of the people.
Yeah, I'll get a table in here or something, or somehow I'll get the damn computer downstairs, and
you need a one of them half sheets, a dollar store foam board is all you need to build this thing on. That's all you need. You can build a TV tray right at your computer, man. That's Steve. You need literally like 14 inches by 14 inches to build this thing. Not even that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually got a TV tray set right to the right of me.
And you build this right. The plan is the covering of the airplane. It's a stick and tissue model, but the tissue is the plan. You glue the pieces right to the plan, and then you cut them out, and that's the covering of the airplane.
What kind of glue do you use, Mike?
White glue.
Oh, white glue. Okay.
Elmer's. You use Elmer's for everything, except when you put the dehedral in the wing, you need a couple daubs of a 5-minute epoxy there to do that.
Oh, okay.
Or a glue gun. You know, it's pretty straightforward, man.
Cool. Sounds like fun. I bet your mine crashes though.
Dude, you should easily, with enough rubber, man, I've had 2.5-minute flights on these things, man. You can put them out of sight, man. You can put them out of sight. Like no problem. No problem. But a one flight is not uncommon with these. It's really not.
Who makes them anyway, Mike?
Well, they were designed by Frank Ealing. Okay, if anybody knows who Frank Ealing is, he worked for Jetco for years and years and years. He designed a lot of the Jetco hand launch gliders and a lot of the Jetco rubber kit. So they came up with a very easy, simple to build it's called a Delta Dart, or they call it a AMA Dart. They sell them at the AMA Museum in a kit for like $4 or whatever. And they're meant to be built by groups of kids. It's an introduction to building rubber-powered free flight planes. And typically, you do it with a group of kids in a session. And you can build them in an hour. Literally, you can build them in an hour. and then they're meant for the kids to be able to go fly them that day after they build them. It's a delta, not a delta wing, but a triangle wing thing.
Oh, okay.
It's got a triangular stabilizer, a triangular rudder, and the wing is two triangles put together. So it's all angled, and you build it right on the plan. The plan is the covering. You glue all the sticks, all the little balsa, and it's I think 1/8 inch balsa sticks. You glue it all right to the plan. When the glue's dry, you cut it all out. You cut around the edges, and now you've got your sub assemblies. You've got your rudder. You've got your elevator. You've got your wing, and then the last you don't glue the glue. You don't glue the center rib with the joints at the leading and trailing edge until you pin them on the airplane, and you flip the airplane upside down, and it gives you the dehedral for the wing, and then you put glue on the wing where it attaches at the leading and trailing edge, and that locks in your dehedral.
Oh, okay.
Sense. I mean, you got, Tom, you built some.
Yep. Well, I guess I haven't really built them, but I know of them. And I know when I was at Oshkosh helping out with the control line guys, there's one of the volunteers was building a bunch and giving them out to the kids.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, guys. We'll see everybody Monday.
All right, Steve Areno, take it easy.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll check my stash, Rusty. I'm sure that I have. I think we probably need about 10 or 12, right? For the regular.
At the most, yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can think of a lot of people I would like to invite, but I don't want to overload it. So
I would say let's just keep it to the guys that are on here regular that check in every Monday and Friday.
Okay.
I'm sure I have. We bought I bought a 50 pack of kits, and then we built like 30 of them with the scouts, and then of course Sam and I have built a bunch since then. But I know I probably have at least 10 kits, but I'll have to box them because like I said, it's 1/8 inch balsa sticks. We don't want them breaking in the mail, so I have to put them in a padded mailer with cardboard and whatnot, so the sticks get broken. But it'll take a little while to put together. But I think it'll be a fun thing to do. It'll be a fun.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's great for us to do, and great for the show too. So, yeah, be something different. Reminds me of Cox Engine forums with all of their little contests and stuff.
Yeah, well, the deal is, man, we're going to stipulate you got to be building live while we're on the air, man.
Yeah, got that.
Got to build live on the air. Who's the cat? Who's the cat with the fancy microphone that joins us once in a while?
Bill Cole. Bill
has all the free flights. He's a Minnesota guy, right?
He is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get him in on that. He'd be down for this, I'm sure.
Oh, he sure would.
Yeah. So we'll put the word out. Rusty, I'll get names from you, and then I'll try to hunt down. We got to hunt down all their addresses and get a list going so I can get these mailed out. It'll take a little while, but we'll get it done.
that'll be a trick getting some of them. But I got several email addresses, and we'll run them down. They're all on Stunthangar, so.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it done.
Yeah, according to RC groups today, when I was listening to them, they said that maybe Junot had some problem with water too, from all that rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that might be part of it.
That place turns into a slog when it gets heavy rains down at the lower end by the river. Have you ever been there? Have you been there?
Yeah, been there twice.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they'd have to re-rig and rewire and everything, but maybe they should have thought of putting the campers up top of the runway rather than down at the foot by the river. And that, might have, in the big scheme of things, might have been the better. architecture for laying that thing out.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how much money you want to pay to camp. That campground down by the river, that's the low rent campground slots.
Is it? Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that would be.
they camp all over that place. If you want to be right up on a flight line, it costs more money.
Maybe there's some way they could rethink that and just move that section to somewhere else. Like I guess they don't want to put daily parking down there, but I don't know. Visitor parking, certainly not. So rearrange something.
The control line camping is just fine because it's up on a big hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool little site where the control line stuff is, right there at the tower and everything. So I've never climbed up the stairs on that tower, but that's a pretty good outlook. What y'all think? You want to call it a night? 1:11.
I don't think we're getting any more traffic in here.
Nah, I don't think so. Let me look and see how many people are on YouTube. We got 8-7. It fell to 7 as I went over there. So let's call it. And let me get my 3 dots up before I start talking. But yeah, y'all have a great weekend. I'll start going back through old shows if I have to get people's names. I'll look through the member search at Stunthangar and see who I can come up with. And I love the airplane build through theme. That's good thinking, Mike. And so y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, and that goes for you tubers out there too. Everybody, have a great weekend, and be safe.
You too.
Please. Yeah, absolutely. And so, shutting down in 3, 2, 1. Good night.
Good night.
And